Alrighty guys, let's go ahead and check everything is working. I think we're all good, so we're ready to go ahead and begin with something I haven't done in a while, which is to do some more Fennec dev, which I haven't done, well, in a while. I've been doing stuff behind the scenes, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started with some more stuff today, and hopefully everything goes all good. So, I've been working pretty tirelessly on some stuff behind the scenes, which includes this industrial mod right here. Now, this mod right here, it has taken me a while to get done, and it's probably about 50% done so far, but hopefully we're going to be able to work on some more of that in a little while. Now, I do have somewhere on my system. It's probably on my desktop somewhere under here, I think. We do have a yeah, mod ideas for Fennec. Here we go. So let's open this up, just so I can kind of remind myself what we wanted to do. So yeah, we had there's a lot of ideas for the industrial mod over here, but I'm gonna go and see if there's any other stuff I can kind of add for normal stuff. So need to find some new sounds for chickens and roosters. Okay, so that's some stuff I got to fix. So there are a lot of things we had ideas for, including things to do with foods. So we needed, for one thing, we needed variable food items. But yeah, there's quite a few things: eggs on toast, beans and sausage on toast as well. So quite a few little things here. Yeah, and foxtail soup and things like that, because there was a load of other types of food that we wanted to add to the game as well. But I was thinking for this stream, I kind of want to add some other stuff in here. So one thing I wanted to do was to, first of all, we want to overhaul the. So I wanted to overhaul some books. So I wanted to go and overhaul the sniper, pistol Pete, Magnum Enforcer. So there's a few book series that I wanted to overwrite. So this Magnum Enforcer, and what's the other one? And Shotgun Messiah. Because what I wanted to do for these kinds of things, I wanted to go ahead and remove ammo crafting recipes from books and make a whole new book series. So that's one thing I wanted to do instead. So I wanted to make a whole different book series based on ammo crafting, instead of having them found in the respective books, and then make for those we wanted to go ahead and make. How can I best say this? We wanted to then make those books, make these books give more gun specific perks instead. So instead of, like, you find Shotgun Messiah Volume 5 or something, and it goes, oh, hey, you can now craft, I don't know, breaching rounds. It would be probably more rewarding if you found a book that says, oh, hey, you found this, now you can go ahead and have another special ability with your shotgun. So yeah, anything that has to do with, like, any kind of ammo crafting and things like that, and stuff that's, just not really that good of a reward for finding the book. I kind of wanted to do that. So we wanted to go ahead and make that a new book series for that. Another one I wanted to do is add a book series for knives. Because we have, well, I guess there's the sneaky one, but there's no real knife-centered book series. There's one for, like, brawling. There's even one for spears. There's one for clubs. So Tech Junkie, I guess, covers batons and turrets. So yeah, we don't really have a specific one just for knives and things like that. So I think there's a couple of things we could probably add for those. I also, so yeah, I'm thinking of, like, new little book series. And the other thing I wanted to do was to add a research system to turn notes into schematics. And I've seen this. I've seen this in Zombie Days, and I really liked this idea. So it's something I wanted to go ahead and do. Now there is one thing that I do want to do as well. So some new features I want to add on. There's like a lot. There's like a lot of stuff here, as you can see. But yeah, a lot of these just like extra food items. So not really new features, just kind of like expanding on what we've already got. But yeah, so for a couple of things like this would actually be really cool, because there's a lot of new books in Fennec. So I kind of thought it would be pretty good to go ahead and get some stuff done with that. So let's go and see what else we have. I want to just check my YouTube stream is actually up and running because I have a feeling it might have gone kaput. Let me just double check. Oh no, we've got it there. So excellent connection. I got a like. Thank you very much for the like. Whoever left that around, whoever left that one around for me, very much appreciated. Okay, so that confirms that YouTube is working. Excellent. Right, so yeah, there's a couple of things here. So add a resource system to do some stuff. But yeah, I haven't really come in this stream with a plan because it's been a long time since I've really done much from here. Is there any zombie bait? That was something I didn't want to do as well. Zombie bait and meat distractions because that'd be pretty cool if we can go with those. But yeah, just trying to think of some cool stuff we could go ahead and add. So yeah, like I said, not coming to this stream with a plan, just streaming my thought process pretty much. So yeah, there'll probably be a little bit less, probably not as much C# in this one. There's going to be some other stuff instead, probably just like mainly XML. So I think that's pretty much the only things. Oh yeah, make spikes, barbed wire, and certain traps pick upable, because that is something that I want to do. Yeah, these are like I want to make barbed wire and all that stuff. Yeah, these things should be able to be picked up and moved around. So that's something that I did want to do as well, because yeah, the ability to have these things be pick upable is actually something that makes sense. You know, if you like maybe not the barbed wire fences, but like the flat sheet ones, but, you know, like the individual spikes and stuff, you should be able to pick them up and move them around. Because that's something that's in Zombie Days, and it's a really cool thing. So yeah, I'm kind of stealing some little things from Zombie Days, but yeah, there's been a lot of things in that mod that I really like and would like to see something of the sort added to Fennec as well. So yeah, I'm taking a lot of influence from other mods at the moment because I've been playing a lot of other mods and I've been like, okay, I really like this feature and I really like this feature, so I'm kind of like combining these, but I'm not gonna like steal code. I'm gonna write it all myself. So it should be pretty cool. So why don't we go ahead and start with this one? We will make this the first point that we start on because this is probably the simplest one. So yeah, pick upable traps. So let's go ahead and do that, shall we? So we're going to go into my DMT because I'm using DMT for this. And you can see these are all the Fennec modlets that we have going right now. There's a lot of them. I mean I don't even know how many there are. There's tons. So there's Fennec base and core, and then there's just all this stuff underneath it as well. So I think what we'll do is we're going to have to create a new modlet to make this work. So let's go to the mods folder. Let me pick one of my smallest mods, and then we can go from there. So probably the one I want to do is we want to probably take the Fennec. What's the easiest one that I got here? Because I'm trying to think of what has a blocks file in it, so we don't have to do some stuff. Actually, we can just take this one. So let's just copy this combat one because this is a really small modelet, and it's we just have to change a few things. I'm going to rename this. So we're going to say in this FennecMod, and then it's going to be a quality of life one. So we're going to go FennecMod. Quality of life, movable traps. There you go. So that's what we're going to call it. So movable traps is what we're going to go with here. So there we go. So these guys are ready to go, and then we're just going to go ahead and do some work in here. So we're going to go to mod info first, and we're just going to change the name to be the same as our file name. So FennecMod quality of life. If I can spell it right, would be good. Quality of life, movable traps. There you go. So we're going to go and have this one, and this is going to, here we go. So this is going to allows you to move spike traps. Yeah, it allows you to move spike traps and barbed wire and pick them up as long as they are fully repaired. There you go. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go and grab those. Excellent. So let's go ahead and get that one done. So that's all that stuff done. And we can probably close down a lot of this extra stuff. I want to keep this open here. And I want to keep some of the stuff open just so we can, come back to some things. But a lot of this I can close down. I want to keep this one here is like my logs, so whenever it, crashes, I can come in here and see what's going on. But I think that's pretty much what we need to do. So for mod info, we've done that. Now, if we refresh it in DMT here, we should see that if I just go ahead and say refresh mods, that should now show up down here. There it is, movable traps. It shows up down here. So we can go ahead and enable this because I want to be testing this one. So we're going to, and this is why I've made it in like little modlets so that we can go ahead and disable stuff we're not working on, which actually saves on load times, which is really good. So let's get started with this. So FennecMod and movable traps. So the first thing we want to do then is we want to come over here and we're going to go into config. Right, so I don't need buffs, so we can remove this guy. And the only file I need is blocks.xml. So we're going to change our entity classes to blocks.xml because that's pretty much all we've got to do. So here we go, blocks.xml. There we go. And then we're going to come to here and we're just going to pretty much delete everything that's in here apart from this top thing. Now, these are, you guys may have seen this before that I've done. I have these tags at the start of my XML documents, which just say it's from this mod, and then it also means that I have a mod that loads after all these, and then if I add like different things that involve traps, for example, I can make those movable as well if I want to. So there's a couple of cool things we can do there. So this is one of the, so this one is FennecMod, quality of life, and movable traps. So let's go and get started with that. So not trails, movable trails. Well, I have no idea what a trail is, but there we go. So, here we go. So we're going to go, we want to append xpath equals, and then we want to find the block. So we're just going to go, we want to find the block whose name equals, and then we're going to add some properties to this in a minute. So we first of all need to find like what the name of the block is, and then we're gonna go from there. How you doing, EG? Welcome to the stream, dude. Thank you very much for popping in. So let me see. So we've got appending to blocks here, and I need to open my vanilla blocks file now to see what we want to call it. So let's go and see what we got here. So let's go into game folder, and if we go under data and config, we can go into blocks here. So go into here. So let me just type in trap. So here we go. So you got metal catwalk trap. There's a couple of things here that we've okay, I think it starts with like trap spikes new or something like that. Value is trap door. Here we go. So trap spikes woodmaster is probably the one that we want to go for. Because this is what controls the, yes, you got damage 2, damage 1, damage 0. So I think, yeah, this is the one we want it to add to. So we're going to say we can pick up the spikes as long as they're the fully repaired ones, and you get those back. So let's go ahead and grab this guy, and we're going to say we want to search for the block with this name, and then all we need to do is we're just going to say append it, and we're going to say property name equals, and then can pick up, and then the value to that is just going to be true. So all we're doing is pretty much saying everything about that spike stays the same. We're just going to add a new property to it that says, hey, we can pick it up. And I don't think there's anything else down here, so that repairs with wood. And then we probably want to do the same with the metal spikes as well. How you doing, Stezo? My brain hurts from trying to understand these coding, says easy. No worries, dude. Well, you know, that's why I do it. And then you just have to worry about having cool things, right? So there we go. And how you doing, Stezo and Country Rose Crafting? Welcome to the stream, guys. Thank you very much for popping in. Right, so the other one we want to do is add it to the iron spikes as well. So yeah, here we go. So trap spikes, iron damage 0 is another one we want it to add to. So let's go and grab these. So yeah, this is how we want to do it, because what we can do then is have it so that the fully repaired wood and iron spikes can pick up. Now what I could do is I could go ahead and append it down here again, but instead we're just going to do it up here so we can search for both names. So we're just going to go this, or we're going to say or name equals this one. So if they're the wood spikes or the iron spikes, it will go ahead and let you pick them up. So now we should be able to pick them up and move them around at will, which is going to be really cool. Now the other thing, there's wood log spikes here. There's the scrap iron ones, so these are the old ones, and then there's this one, trap spikes new, which is another one that we can take up as well. So let's do it with these as well, because the new spikes here, these should be these should be movable, right? You should be able to pick these up and move them around. He says, I will go make me a cup of coffee. Who wants some? Sure, why not? I'll have some. Coffee's always good. Keeps me going. But yeah, you got all the different damaged, and then you got like the barbed wire as well. So you've got the barbed wire, barbed fence. So yeah, there's quite a few nice things here we can use. Now, what I'm going to do though is I'm not going to do this with just vanilla. The main reason being is the trap spikes new are only craftable if one of my other modlets is available. So I only want the ones that can be crafted to be moved. So in that case, we're going to skip right along and we're going to go to, yeah, I guess barbed wire sheet and barbed fence, right? So we want those ones to be picked up. And then the only other ones is like loose board traps, but those ones, yeah, those are just like fake doors and stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the barbed wire sheets and the barbed fences moved, and then we can work on integrating this with my other mod after we test this works, of course. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. So if we go into here, we're gonna add some more here. So we're gonna go. Let me just like make a enter here, and then we can kind of do it like this. Actually, I kind of want the ore down here as well. Yeah, just trying to make it, because if we do it like this, we can kind of see in a list, these are the things that are going to work. So we can do this, and we can go ore name equals this one. And then we can go down again, and we can say ore name, because this gives us like a definitive list of the ones that we're going to change. So let's go and see now. I want to go for, so there's barbed wire sheet, and then there's also barbed fence. So we're going to change those guys, and then we're just going to say ore name equals barbed fence. There we go. So those guys there are now going to have a pickup property applied to them. So let's go ahead and, oh, wrong one. Let's go ahead into DMT. We're going to build this, and then we'll see if this works. So let's go to build, get that working, and then we should be good. Let's go and we'll go and try it out. And hopefully it'll be fine. And then we can look at the other traps that we've made and see if we can pick some of those up as well. So, because I have made like a coal trap and a steel barbed wire. So we definitely want to go and see if we can move those ones as well, at least after we've done this. So let's launch the game. Oh boy, that got really loud for me. My volume went up like really high. Whoopsie. Let's go ahead and grab these and let's go continue game. I probably pressed the volume by accident, didn't I? So let's go editing tools, and I always do this in the pre-converter because then it's just, you know, easier to go ahead and have these around. So let's go ahead and get these done, and I might remove the barbed wire sheet considering they're no longer craftable. So I only want the craftable ones to be movable. So yeah, like wood spikes, barbed wire sheets and stuff. So we'll load into the prefabricator. Let's go start a new prefab just so we can have like a floor and we can test these things out. So let's go ahead and get spikes, and here we go. So we want to go here, and so with these ones, and then technically these ones should all be movable. So let's go ahead and add these to my hotbar. So what we should find is if I put this down, I should be able to just pick it up again, right? There we go. Yeah, so these spikes can now be picked up and moved around. So whenever you lay a spike down, if you get it in the wrong place, for example, you can just be like, oh, I want to pick it up and move it. Now, what won't work is if you put it down and then get damaged on it. Or if I can try and land on it, it would be, there you go. So this will probably, this would probably damage my character at some point. But yeah, the spikes will end up taking damage. From here, so when they take damage, you won't be able to pick them up, and that's just a vanilla default of the game. So that works. So let's go and test the other ones to make sure those guys we coded right. So that one, yes you can, so you can pick these up as well. So yeah, these spikes are now movable. So this one here, can I grab this one? Ooh, hang on, that one is not doable. Oh yeah, and I said because we needed the we wanted to wait for another modlet to make that craftable. Okay, so that's fine. So that one's fine. Let's go and look at the barbed wire. So we got two types of barbed wire, and like I said, I'm probably going to take the sheet variant out because you can't craft it, but I will probably keep this one in. So the barbed wire should work. Put it down, you can pick it up, very good. And then the same with this one. Yeah, you can pick it up again. There you go. So all the traps now, apart from these types of spikes, are movable. and you can actually go ahead and pick these up now. So if you find these in the world, you can go ahead and pick them up and take them to your base, and it'll save you having to craft some, which is pretty cool. So yeah, movable spikes, pretty nice little addition. I think is going to be going to make you guys enjoy finding spikes and POIs, because then they're actually going to be a useful resource for you. So yeah, that's that all done. So that kind of works as I want it to. So we're gonna discard changes, get out of here, because I don't need to worry about naming prefabs. I just wanted to go ahead and test that worked, and yeah, loading a prefab world is a lot quicker. So yeah, we're not going to use the barbed wire sheet. I don't want that one because that is not craftable. So no reason why you should be able to move it. And besides, it's already like hooked onto stuff as well. Standing Wolf says, "Hello, Max. How you been? I've been very good, Standing Wolf. How you been doing? Thank you very much for long. It's been a while. I hope you've been keeping well." All right, so we've added the can pick up property to these, which is awesome. But there is some other ones that I want to be able to add it to, namely the ones that I've coded myself. So there's been a couple of other traps that we've added in this modeler up here. So if we come down here, there's one trap crafting, which is a different modelet that I've made a long time ago, actually. And there's a couple of traps in here that I want to be able to be moved. So yeah, we've got the so yeah, we got like the coal trap we can pick up. Like there's like a burning coal trap. And then I did want to also make some steel barbed wire as well, which I do have. I just have to go ahead and add that into I just have to go ahead and add that into here. So that's one thing I didn't actually do yet. So let me go open Unity really quick, because I need to find like what the asset is. So, well, if I can spell it right. Unity, here we go, Unity Hub. So it's going to grab this. And let's see if we can find my steel barbed wire trap, because if we can, then that's going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and come into here. And it might take a little while to open, because Unity does take a little bit of time, but that's okay. So it's going to take a bit of time to open here. We're going to go for 7 days modding. This is just my Unity assets and stuff like that. And let's see what we've got in here, because I did do a steel barbed wire trap in here, which has a bit of a different model. I haven't tried it in game yet, but I do want to see if we can get that done as well. Samuel says, so you're thinking of bringing the FennecMod back then? Makes me happy. I miss it so much. It was my first mod that I played, and it's what made me fall. It's what made me fall in love with 7 days to die. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, I've been working on this for the past couple of years. It's going very slow. There's a lot of things that have had very very slow progress, but I can show you some of the features that have been added compared to before. I've actually done it's very different now, in terms of the fact that like workstations require power now to make to function. So for example, the cement mixer needs power now. You also need power for things like well, the chemistry station not so much, because that uses a fuel source, but there's lots of other workstations like a lathe, a purification plant, things like that. Those all need power now as well. So there's a couple of cool things that need to be powered. Man, Unity's taking a long time to open today, isn't it? What is going on with that? Did it crash? Hold on a minute. Let me see. I think Unity crashed. Oh no, it didn't. There we go. So yeah, but there's a lot of different things that I've been working on adding to the base game. So yeah, there's lots of nice things. How you doing, Melza? She says, "Hi Max, hiya chatterers. Hi Melza, welcome to the stream." Okay, so I do have. Let me move this over here so you guys can see under the chat, because I kind of got the chat in the corner here. Melza says, "I didn't get a notification. Really? Huh? Weird." I don't think many people did, honestly, because like I started off and just just there was like no one there for a while. I was like, I was like, okay, maybe people just didn't want to watch Fennec Dev, which is fair enough. This is kind of just my thought processes, I guess. But yeah, here we go. So under here, under FennecMod weapons, I've got my trap crafting here. So yeah, as you can see, I've got this guy, which is some steel barbed wire. So let me go and remove this, and I'll be able to show it. It's actually one of the. It's actually within the 7 days assets itself. But yeah, this is a look at the steel barbed wire that you can lay down. One thing I'm thinking though is I do want to add like a bit of a fence thing to it, so it looks like it's kind of being supported, really, because right now it doesn't really look like it's been supported by anything, and it would just look a little bit weird. I mean, we can probably just keep it like that though, honestly. But yeah, this is like the steel barbed wire variant that's going to be used. So yeah, it's like the regular barbed wire, but it's as a curly steel one, and it will be able to withstand more damage before it breaks. So there's that one that I want to add to the game. So we could probably do that actually quite easily. So let's go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we'll come to here, and yeah, I definitely didn't add this in, did I? So, okay, so let's go ahead and get this done. So we're going to go for, so it's trap burning coals. So here we go. We're going to add it down here. So we're going to go up here, and we're going to say block name equals, and that's probably just trap steel barbed wire FM. And the FM is just like, this is from FennecMod, pretty much. It's just differentiates it just in case another mod adds the same thing and people use my mod with something else. So kind of keeps it separate. And then we're going to go property name equals extends. And then the value for that is going to be borrowed fence. So this is going to go ahead and pretty much copy every property from this block right here. Is it barbed wire? No, actually it's barbed wire sheet that I want. So we're going to go and grab this one. So it's going to do, so the barbed fence can be barbed wire sheet. So essentially it's going to be exactly the same, but now what we're going to do is we want to give it an icon. So we've got to make sure that we've got an icon for it, which I think I did. I think ages ago I made an icon for this. So let me go and have a look. So up in here, we got UI atlases, item icon atlas, and oh, I guess I didn't add an icon for that. I could have sworn I did. Huh, interesting. Unless I accidentally added it in pre-alpha and didn't put it in dev. Hold on a second. I reckon I may have put this in pre-alpha and not dev back. So let me just check in here. Because I could have sworn I did. I could have sworn I added this before already. If not, though, it's not going to be that hard to get what we need as well. So let's see what we can find in here. So under track routing here, because I got two branches. Let me see, did I add it in here? Oh yeah, so I did. So I did add it into the dev one, but not that. So let's go ahead and so I guess then in that case, I can copy. I can probably just copy this model back, right? Hold on a minute, because yeah, there's been a bit of a mismatch going on here then. So it looks like something that I've done before has been pushed to pre-alpha but not to dev. So let me go and double check that. So under blocks here, I probably even did this already, didn't I? Trap pending calls. I didn't add it yet. Okay, so that's fine. So I've not added it, I just added the icon in the wrong place, which is fine. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and come out of here. In weapons, let's go UI atlases. So yeah, I've got the icon for it here. So let's copy this icon. We'll grab this guy and we'll move him over to not the pre-alpha branch. We want to move him to the dev branch because yeah, I work on two different branches. Just so the pre-alpha branch is like what everyone has access to currently, and then the dev branch is kind of the stuff I'm working on in the background. So it kind of keeps it separate. I know I can do two different branches within one code base, but it's kind of easier to do it this way. So we'll go back into trap crafting. So let's go into Fennec weapons trap crafting. We do have traps at Unity 3D, but I probably need to update it. So let's go UI atlases, item icon atlas, and then let's just copy this guy into there as well. So yeah, trap steel barbed wire? No, trap steel barbed wire. There we go. So we'll add our icon in here. So yeah, I did do this already, but that's fine. So what we want to do then is I want to make sure that I've actually got all these rendered into the game. So let's go ahead and build the asset bundle. And we're going to come out of here and we're going to go into, so I'm in the dev branch, just make sure we are there. Let's go into trap crafting and resources, traps.unity 3D, and just overwrite this. And then it'll put all my custom traps into this one as well. How you doing, Dave? Says, I'm here too, Max. How you going? Going very good, Dave. How you doing, dude? Glad to see you here. Hope you're doing well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move these in, and I think that's all done. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do then is actually make this available in game. So we've got to give it a recipe, got to localize it, and do all that stuff. So first of all, let me close down this one. Hang on, cancel this a minute. Transfer by no, that's the one I'm working on. Okay, Just making sure I'm not getting into the one that is under dev. Yeah, okay, so this is the one I'm working on. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go add a new property here. We're going to go property name, and we're going to go shape, and then the value for that is going to be model entity, I think we got to call it. Let me just double check up here. So trap burning coals. I think it's shape model entity, isn't it? Yeah, shape model entity, and then whatever the model is. Okay, that's fine. Let me maximize this again so you guys can let me maximize it so you guys can see like this. Here we go. Let me move that like that, and then I'll pull this down. There you go. That's better. And then now you guys can see. If the text is too small for anyone viewing on phones, by the way, let me know, and I can push it up. And Dave says, yeah, all good here. It's 1:15 a.m. Oh wow, that's early. So model entity is what we want to use, and then property name, and then the model that we want to use is going to be, so the value for this is going to be, we start with a hashtag, and there's going to be hashtag at mod folder, and then we want to look in the resources, and then we want to look for, yeah, resources, and then traps.unity3d, because that's what we saved it as, and then the name of that, as it appears in Unity, is just steel barbed wire. That's all it is. So steel barbed wire. And that is pretty much it. So that's going to allow me to actually have this in the game, and it will render. So the next thing we want to do is probably the easiest thing we can do is going to go property name equals max damage. So let's look at the regular barbed wire. So how much damage does a regular barbed wire do? So it does 1 damage, takes 1 damage, and then receives, and then gives 6 damage. Does want to receive 6. And thank you very much to, oh my god, Jack, how you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream, and thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. So let's see. So there's a couple of things we can do. I want to go and take, so models billboard. Okay, that's one thing I don't want to do as well, is I need to do, for this one, I need to extend it, but I don't want to extend the, there's one thing I don't want to extend, so we use this part by param1, and the thing I don't want to change is the model. That's the that's one I don't want to bring forward. Actually, no, I guess that's fine though, because it's got the thing that I need. Oh yeah, it's texture is yeah. So we don't want to bring forward the texture property into this one, so we're just going to remove that. And then that will not take over the texture property into this, because we're using our own texture rather than one that's baked into the game atlas, so we don't need to take this forward. So then we got this one. So max damage is how much health the block has. We could define it as a new material, but it's just easier to do it here for now. So we're going to do max damage. So regular barbed wire has 200 health. And I think for a steel barbed wire, we should put it up to 1,000. So it's going to be a lot tougher. And then we're going to say, under here, we're going to say then the property name for damage. This is how much damage it does to something that walks on it. So this is steel barbed wire, so we'll make this a little bit better. So not much better, but we're going to say property name equals damage. And the value for that is going to be, instead of 1, it's going to be 3. And then we're also going to say property name equals damage received. There we go. And we'll go and grab this guy. And it's actually damage underscore received. So the regular barbed wire takes 6 health points of damage whenever something collides with it. But because it's a steel barbed wire, it's more durable. So we're just going to say, instead of that, it would take 2. There you go. So yeah, steel is a lot more durable, so definitely makes a better piece of equipment there for us. So we can go ahead and get this done. So yeah, the steel barbed wire does slightly more damage, and then takes slightly less damage. Now I'm not sure in here if there is the slowness effect given. Yeah, there's buff and water on trap damage 1 trigger. Shape min BB. So yeah, I'm not sure if there's a place where the slowdown happens. because it used to. So classes damage. Let me have a look. I tell you how we can figure out if there is a slowing effect. Let me open up DNSpy, and what we want to do is we want to look for the damage class in the base game's code. So don't be scared. We're just going to delve into a little bit of code here, but it's nothing too much. So because DNSpy just allows you to break apart the DLL and see like, hey, here's all the code for how the stuff works. So what we want to look for is under. So that's Harmony. I was having a look at some of Under Legacy's code and having a little see with how Subquake did some things. I was being a bit sneaky. But let's go and open this up here. And we want to look for, and the class is the damage class because it's a block. The class name is called block damage, is what we want to do. So let's look for block damage. We should find it in here somewhere. So that's block shape, block particle, block gore, block damage. There it is. So this is the this is what is referred to in the XML. So we want to and this is like the code that happens underneath the XML. So let's go and have a look and see if there's any other properties. So there's the damage one, which we did. So there's a block damage. It doesn't say specify damage. You've got damage received, and you've also got damage types. Pass enum damage types. This damage type. Okay, so I don't think there's really anything else. So it shows you the collision. When an entity collides with it, it says the entity alive. If it's dead, does nothing. The damage source is an external, and it says. So this shows you what the damage is, and it's just saying take the transform. So that's pretty much applying the damage. Damage to entity dot attack item equals the block. Okay, so that just shows you what it is. Set ignore consecutive damage to true, so it damages it once. If it's a zombie and it's not a dog, then entity live model get hit transform. Okay, if it's not a dog, it hits the torso. Target entity damage source entity. I'm just seeing if there's a way that I think if there's a way that it floats, so that calculates the block damage. Set motion multiplier. Here we go. Passive effect movement factor multiplier, and that sets it to movement factor multiplier. So it sets this guy. So get passive effect movement factor multiplier. So let me see what this does. So if the movement factor is not 1. Okay, so if it's not 1, then it sets it back to 1. Okay, that's fine. So that's pretty much easy to do. Let's see, and Nightbot's going gangster on Melzer, I see. So yeah, that's pretty much when it calculates when it does this, its movement factor here, which is under the block class. So there might be something then. Let's analyze this. So movement factor is how much it slows it down, I'm guessing. So let's see, that's assigned by create blocks. Create blocks here, so that's from the XML. Block.movement factor. So it's read by block damage. Blocks from XML, create blocks, and it's read by entity alive. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is actually a property that we can use. It probably is though. Hang on, blocks from XML, create blocks. Okay, because this shows. This is all the properties here that it assigns. Let me see. So let's look for, because I'm trying to see if there's a movement factor. Here we go. So there you go. So if dynamic properties contains key movement factor, then it assigns the movement factor to the block. So essentially that means that if the movement factor is so essentially if you set this to a value less than 1, this says how much it will slow down the zombies by. So all we've got to do then, so pretty much all that rough and tumble means is if we want the barbed wire to slow down the zombies more, we just go property name equals movement factor, and then we can set it to value equals 0.3, something like that. So this will really slow them down. We can try this out at some point. But yeah, this should be ready to go. Okay, so we got that done. So yeah, the steel barbed wire is in. I think that's pretty much the only things we need to set on there, because most of the properties are taken from the regular barbed wire anyway. So then we just gotta work out a recipe to craft it, and that should be it, right? So let's go ahead and grab the. Hang on, I got too many tabs in room again. Lots of tabs. So we'll come out of here, and then we go into config. And then we've done it in blocks, so we just have to go recipes now, and we've got to work out how to craft it. So we can say, so that adds the recipes for the new traps, and this is the steel barbed wire. Here we go. So let's go and grab these and go from there. And ML says TMTS, exactly. Hadn't had that in a while. So steel barbed wire here, and this is the recipe for it. So we're going to go recipe, name equals steel, or it's going to be trap steel barbed wire FM, and it's just going to give you one of them. Craft area, this time it's going to be on the workbench, and then craft time is going to be 20 because it's quite a powerful thing, and then we're going to say tags is just going to be workbench crafting, so that it gets affected by the advanced engineering perk. So if you can start to craft stuff faster, it will get affected by that. Dave says, can you make the barbed wire insta-kill Unforgiven and Hell? I mean, I probably could, but I don't know. Yeah, I probably could. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Just like seeing them go along, just like dead. That would be hilarious. Okay, so what we want to do is we're just going to say ingredient name is resource forged steel, and count 2. There you go. So pretty easy. Just turn 2 pieces of forged steel into some barbed wire, and that should be pretty easy. And that I think should probably be everything we need for that. So then the last thing we're going to do is actually localize it so it looks nice in game, right? Because otherwise it's just going to be like, it's just going to say like trap steel barbed wire, and then people are going to be like, what the hell is trap steel barbed wire? Like, it's kind of obvious what it is, but you can't really read it very well. So we got to go ahead and change the regular name that we've given it in XML into a localized name. So it is called that. So make sure it is. There we go. So you got to make sure everything is the same. Okay, so let's go to localization here, and we're going to add it right here. So this pretty much changes the XML names into the other ones. So we're going to go trap steel barbed wire FM. It's a block. You found it in the blocks XML. It's a type of trap, and this is steel barbed wire. There we go. And then we're going to add a description for it, so we can let the player know what it does. Why would they want to craft this instead of regular barbed wire? Well, let's have a look. We can just say steel barbed wire is much more durable than regular barbed wire, and can slow zombies down even more. There we go, and that's pretty much everything we need to do, and I think that's all good. Dave says, hey, you're tempted, I can tell. Yeah, maybe just a bit. Mel's like, hey, meh. Yeah, that would be funny. Okay, so we've got that in. So now we've got that done, let's go and test it. So we want to go into here, TMTS. There we go, Betwafk. Right, so then we're going to go into trap crafting, which is this guy here. So there we go, so that's all good. So we got trap crafting, and we've got the movable traps enabled. Now I think what we want to do though is enable this to be picked up if possible, which it won't be currently, but there is a way we can sort that out. So first of all, let's go ahead and build it. So this time we've got 2 modlets working, and we'll see if this wants to work. TMTS, hashtag, says Mother. Yeah, TMTS. Okay, let's go and launch into game. Right, this time though we do want to launch into a regular world, because in order to test things on zombies, we need a regular world. So let's go into testing 1. There we go. And we'll just do a navs gain for now, and make sure enemy spawning is on. Alright, let's go and see if this works. Dave says, yeah, no, I'm tempted. Yeah, I'm tempted. I'm most certainly tempted. But let's go in game then and see if this wants to work for us. Hopefully it does. And if it does, then it's all gonna be good. So we'll see if we can make the we can see if we can slow down the zombies even more and make a decent kind of trap with this. Because yeah, I think barbed wire should be you know, I could understand early game barbed wire is not that great, but I think barbed wire should have more love. So yeah, having a steel variant late on sounds good. So we'll spawn the world, ignore all that stuff. Right, credit menu, debug. Let's go ahead and make sure the steel barbed wire is here. There you go, so steel barbed wire is right there. And does it have a description that we want? Yeah, there you go, steel barbed wire is much more durable than regular barbed wire and can slow zombies down even more. There we go, so we got the icon, shows up there, so everything is looking good. Katenda, welcome to the stream, dude. He says, hello, back from a long walk in the forest. Now some relaxing stream. Indeed, you get to see us try out traps on zombies. Now that is exciting. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we are going to go ahead and grab ourselves some of the steel barbed wire. So steel barbed wire, here we go. So these stack up to 500, just like every other type of block does. Alright, let's make sure this actually renders in the world, as it should. Yeah, it does, so you can see, let's kind of do it over. Let me go fly to a better area than the burnt forest. Let's go up this way. There you go, we'll fly into the, not in the snow, I kind of want to go. Where's Dyersville? That's a good testing town. Or the farm. Here we go. This is a good testing area. We'll test it on the farm here. So let's come down here. Alright, let's kill everything first. There you go. And then we're going to go and test this out here. So yeah, the barbed wire can go there. So you can kind of see it. As you can see, there it is. Might want to make it a little bit darker. Not sure why I can't put it there, though. Okay, so that's a bit of an issue. They can't be placed together. That's strange. Wonder if there's a, Oh, I wonder if there's like a big decoration radius of some description going on with that. Because yeah, they should be able to be placed together, but for some reason they don't like to be placed together. That's a bug. What could be causing that then? It's probably something to do with a big decoration radius or something, or to stop. It's probably to stop players re-enabling this by default in mods. I would have thought. But that's strange. Yeah, it should honestly let me just place it here, but it don't. But yeah, we should be able to come into this thing. And as you can see, it actually slows me. Yeah, it slows me down a lot. As you can see, it's definitely got a good movement slowdown. So I need to see why that is not working as intended. However, because that's not good. That's meant to be placeable there, and it's definitely only taking up one block space. So there's something wrong with that. Blends in with the road. They need to be together. Yeah, I need to see if we can make those push together. Is that the same with the regular barbed wire sheets then? Barbed wire, because this is where it extends from. So is it just my model or is it something else? Let me see. Yeah, because this allows you to place it together. So yeah, the barbed wire sheets, for example, do let you place them together. Okay, so that does work? Okay, I'll have a look in that, see what's going on. So it's definitely something to do with what I've done with the extending then. So let me have a look. It could also be my Unity asset as well with a collider. It might not like it, so we'll have to see what's going on there. So everything else is fine about it. It's just not liking something. So shape is model entity. We don't have a damage received. Movement factor. You know what? Maybe it is the movement factor property that's doing it then. Let's see. Let me comment this out. And what I'm going to do is also going to do, instead of barbed wire sheet, I'll extend it from barbed fence as well, because there's a little bit of a difference with this, because the barbed wire fence has a couple of different things. So it's got a class of, so this one's got a different class. And yeah, we can keep the damage type in there, which is fine. So allows rotations, model, place, terrain decoration. So yeah, there's probably something in here that will work better. So let me go ahead and use this one instead. We'll try that, because if it's any better, we might be able to get we might be able to use this. Let's see just if exchanging the base model works. So we'll go and do that one. Let's try that. So let's rebuild, reload, and we'll see if that fixes it. Because I've never seen that weird collision issue happen before. It's a little bit strange. We live right next to a nice pine forest. If so, it's fun and good for you. Also, our dog loves it, says Katana. Nice, dude. It took a while to kill him, but tough for me. I die every 2 minutes. There we go. So it's 10 times before the zombies felt something resembling an itch. Mel says, ever found anything interesting? I guess you would have to describe interesting. I went walking in the forest one day and I found a man-eating mushroom. Tried to bite off my leg, it did. Alright, let's see if this works any better. It might do, because we also want those Zeds to kind of be able to like walk through it, because currently the barb sheet kind of like prevents them from doing that. But then that could also be just the collision as well. There's definitely a way in the collision that works slightly differently for some of these things. So I want to go and double check what's going on with that. If not, then we can, obviously omit it for now until we get it fixed up. So where's my barbed wire? Here it is. So yeah, so this I can now walk through it. See, so it does let you walk through, which is what I wanted. I wanted you to be able to kind of traverse through it. So yeah, there you go. That works, and it does slow you down quite a bit. So that's also good. So now can we put them together maybe? Still doesn't want to be placed together, does it? That's really strange. Wonder if it happens to do with the colliders of something. Can I put another block next to it? Let me experiment here. Can I put a different block next to it, or does it completely block that out? No, it completely blocks it off. Now that is really strange. I've never quite seen anything like that before. That's a really weird bug. I have no idea what's causing that. Yeah, it just seems to just be that one block affecting it. Okay, that's slightly odd. I like the testing, like a big reveal. And Dave says, to contender, what sort of dog do you have? And don't say one with 4 legs and a tail. Maybe it has 3 legs and 2 tails. Who knows? Okay, so what could be causing that then? It must be then something that I'm doing here. Shape, model entity, hang on. So the barred fence here, let's see the shape for that. Shape is new, mesh cutout, allow rotation is true. So this is essentially taking the stuff we got from before. Filter text, group tools, traps. So this extends from barred fence, which is kind of what I wanted to do, so it can kind of like move through. So that's fine. That's so weird. Okay, I wonder if it's my collider in Unity. Let me see. Does my collider kind of go over more than one block? It's slightly over a boundary. I'm thinking it could maybe be over a boundary slightly. Let me double check. If it is, I'm not sure if that affects anything. Let me see. So that's set to 111. So that should be like exactly. If enabled, this collider is marked for triggering. There's a lot group as well, which is fine. Let's make sure it's at 1%. Okay, so that is really strange because it only occupies one block space, and I've never had that before where I've like added a block and it just does that. That's so weird. And a German Shepherd, but he passed away some time ago. A snake bit him. Ah. That's weird. I have to see if that's affecting all my traps then, because yeah, that's something interesting. Man, I swear the way this game works sometimes. I swear. Hang on, get rid of this. So it's not to do with the movement factor then. So this can be re-enabled. I wonder, instead of copying the properties directly, why don't we just go ahead and make it just a solid block for now and see if that does it. So what we'll do is we'll copy all this stuff here just for a second. And I want to see if, so instead of extends, what we'll do is we'll copy the properties directly like this. This will also kind of future-proof it as well if the thumbnails change anything. So let's do that. And I want to see, so shape is model entity, and maybe we need to do like a multi-block dim of some description. That might do it as well. There might be like a multi-block dim. So trap bar fence shape. So get this one right. Let's remove any other necessary properties that we don't need. So we don't need this. We don't need meshes cut out. I don't think. We might do. We could use that. Okay, so shape is not new, so we can remove this one. Damage type equals barbed wire, which is fine. So we want to take this one out. Damage is 1. Damage received. So we've already specified those. Block tag is spike, so class is trunk tips. Yeah, let me kind of let me go ahead and get these kind of all evened out again, just so I can. It's a lot easier for me to read it when it's like this rather than like down there, so then I can see what the hell is going on. Because yeah, this should be very simple, and yeah, I made one before. It wasn't using a Unity model. I have a feeling it's to do with the Unity model thing. It doesn't like to be colliding. Hang on a minute. Is my collider set to T Mesh B? So the barbed wire is you know what? That would probably be why. This does not have a this is untagged. Let me see about that one. Yeah, that would probably be it. They're untagged. So that needs to be set to T Mesh B in each case. Alright, so we've got to re-export these. That would probably be why. So we're going to go export again, build asset bundle from selection. Yeah, it's probably to do with the T Mesh B. Here we go. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Replace it? That might be it. Is it hanging over to the next block? Well, it shouldn't affect it because you can technically have as big of a structure as you want, only occupy one block space. So because that's the thing, what it doesn't like scale it down, but it just like registers that the model is here, so it'll only take damage if something is destroyed in that block region. So it's a little bit weird how the voxels work with the multi-locks, but yeah, it's definitely within the confines of the block. It might be slightly over one side, but it definitely seems like it's within its confines for the most part. So I think we're okay there. I want to see if that actually fixes it. So let's go ahead and, right, so this thing does not have a fuel value because it's just made of steel. So that'll be something that we don't want. Okay. So then you got repair items. This is something we got to specify as well. Resource forged steel value 2. So repair items is pretty much how much it takes to craft it. Here we go, and then move that out there. And then obviously you don't get wood from this thing because it's not made of wood, and so you get just resource scrap iron. So steel takes 10 each, so 2 steel is 20, so we should half that to 10 for all harvest. There you go, so you actually get a fair amount back. Nothing on destroy. Drop events as well. I always like to move to the bottom because I find they get right in the way when they're up there, and they kind of mess up the properties. So mobs can't spawn on them, which is working. Groups, tools, traps. Oh, we should probably specify a bit of a higher economic value for these. 43, that'll do. Because they're quite a lot better. Filter tags and that's fine. So yeah, I want to see if that's fixed it, because it probably did. So we can remove shape as new because we've already got this guy. That gets removed. Yeah, so instead of extending it directly, I kind of do want to go ahead and just use the individual properties. It'll be a bit one. Is it not in the queue properly? to the next block. Hashtag what the hell is going on? Dave said he's getting all technological again. Right, so shape model entity, model is that. Max damage is 1000. So max damage from received. Okay, so let's go and let's move these properties up to the top. So we're going to put them over here. So material, shape, new, stability support. Let's move them to like there. That kind of makes sense. So yeah, we'll keep those kind of together. All right, let's try that and see if that fixed it. Yeah, it might have been a tagging issue. And if it's not tagged, it registers that it can't go there because it's colliding with something. So it probably is to do with the tags. I would have thought. I'm not sure, but yeah, I think I figured it out. Maybe because I was gonna say it doesn't happen with anything else. TMTF. Betwafk. But yeah, technological is what we live for. So let's go and see if we can fix this up. Right. So let's try that and see. That was saved, correct? Yes, it was. Okay. Let's see if this works. It might do. I hope it does. Alright, so let's go and see now if that has solved the issue. So, continue game, go into here. I might need to just like get a new set of blocks because they've probably changed their properties. Might get some red text, we'll see. Okay, starting game. Yeah, at least the game can start nice and quickly right now, which is really good. That's always handy. So here we go. Going into here. And there we go. Right, kill everything. Okay, there we go. Kill all the bad stuff. So does this work now? That works now. Okay, so those two work there. Does this work now? Still doesn't work. Okay. Something is weird with this then. I have no idea what's going on with that. It should work regardless of the block space. Okay. I am confused then of why that doesn't work. That is really strange because it doesn't let you put anything beside it. I can't put my land claim beside it. Yeah, it literally just doesn't want you to put anything beside it. That's so strange. Okay. Might have to keep this out then, because I have no idea why it wants to act in that way, because I've not specified anything different than the regular barbed wire. Okay. Let me see. Next time 1,000, I receive 2. I wonder if it has anything to do with these properties instead. Maybe something's going on a bit funny. Let me try one more thing. Property name equals big decoration radius value 1. Actually 0. I think that's fine. Or is it just 1? It might be 1. No, actually the other one. Multi-block dim. And value equals 1, 1, 1. There you go, because that will keep it in a 1-block space. I think. Computer says no. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that. That's so strange. Sorted air event harvest destroy. Because yeah, I've literally just copied the thing here. So locked out spike, embarked fence, shape as entity. Mod folder resources traps the ENT3D steel barbed wire. It could just be a problem with the model. It really honestly could just be. I could try and make it a bit smaller. See if it sorts it out. I don't know. I'm not sure if because the collider is fine. It's got a box collider. Because yeah, the collider is definitely in the right spot because it's showing, yeah, pretty much lines straight up with that. So we're not getting any issues there. It's just not letting it be placed for whatever reason. Okay. Let me try making it slightly smaller. Let me try that. Because we should find that it doesn't make a difference, but you never know, it might do. And hey, I mean, if it does, then, well, I guess it does, but so strange. Scale. So I changed the Y and the Z scale a little bit, just so that it could fit within a 1 block dimension. So if I were to, for example, lower it by a tiny amount, maybe this will fix it. Maybe I just got to lower it by like the smallest amount ever. Like that. So yeah, let's try and do it tiny little bit lower. And maybe that'll do it. I'm not sure why that would affect anything, but it might do. So let's try that. So we'll go and save that. So probably name shape. Hang on. Shape model. Let's see. Model this. Max size 200. Yeah, so that should be fine. All right. So let me try that. I'll try and make it slightly smaller, and see if that affects anything. Like I said, I don't know why it would, because I made many big things that can just fit into a single block space. So yeah, I guess we'll try it. So we can go export, build asset bundle, traps, you need 3D, FennecMod weapons, traps. Okay, let's try that. One exists. Overwrite it. Let's see if this works. That also makes me want to test my other blocks as well, because I don't know then if that's going to affect this model as well. I'm not sure, but we'll try it. Let's see. We'll try it out. So exported that one, and then we want to build it again. Let's try this again. So yeah, trying to get this to work is not too easy. So Samuel says, I'm still here, just messing with a few things. No worries, dude. Yeah, I'm just messing with things myself, honestly, just trying to see why this doesn't want to work. It's such a weird issue. Like I said, never happened before. Never had that happen before. That's a very new issue for me. So I guess we just figure out what's going on. But yeah, at least it initialized the world nice and quickly, so we don't have to wait that long for it to do anything, which is nice. But yeah, we can try multi-block dim and see if that sorts it out and go from there. Alright. So yeah, that still doesn't look like it wants to be placed. Let me go into creative. Hang on. There's a little bit of red text there, but not sure what's going on with that. So let me go ahead and grab a new set of blocks here. So let's see. Type in trap, because that also gives me these as well that I need to test now. So I need to test if this causes issues too. No, so these can be placed together. My cold traps work just fine. So that's okay. So cold traps are good. That's so freaking weird. But steel bow, oh, hang on. No, but then it doesn't go there. But you can place it. Okay, that's interesting. You can place it, though, next to a block before it gets placed down. So I can place it here, for example, but then if I take out that other block, it wouldn't let me place it and then place it back. Looks like it works, but yeah. Yeah, and this sets you on fire sometimes as well. Quite cool. Yeah, it does little bits of damage every now and then. But yeah, that's really strange. Not even sure what's going on there. Actually, does that even still trigger its setting on fire buff anymore? I don't know. I have a feeling it doesn't. That should. Uh-oh. Hang on, let me check. I think some things are breaking, and I'm not sure why. Let me type in trap here. Hang on. Right. Let's see if I'll just test them on myself, because I need to figure out what is going on here, because something Very strange. So we got coal pit, burning coal pit, and this. Oh, okay, that's just the tier 1. Okay. The burning coal pit is this one, right? So there we go. That's better. Yeah. So that one's the one that's on fire. Okay. Yeah. The walk on that and ouch. Yeah, that hurts. Yep. Okay. That hurts a little bit. Sets you on fire. Wow. Yeah, so the burning copper does work. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, not sure what's even going on with these steel barred fences then. They just don't want to be placed together. And I have no idea why. I've never had any issue like that from any other Unity model, because this is a Unity model I made before, and give me absolutely no issues. I can guarantee if I made this one bigger, it was go big. Did you hear about the cow that jumped over a barbed wire fence? It was under destruction. Under destruction. Oh dear. Okay, so yeah, that's not going to work for us for now. Okay, so I guess until I can get that working, we'll keep this commented out. So it'll still be there, but I've got to work out why it's doing it, because it's not doing anything. It must be in the model then. It must be something to do with the model. I guess if I found a different model and rigged that up, it would be absolutely fine. Or if I made like a, because this did come from the Fun Pimps stuff, so maybe what I need to do is find a different model to use, because this did come from 7 Days Code. So a different model could be the way to go with that. I wonder if we can find any. Why don't we look for barbed wire 3D model? There you go. Let's see if we can find anything. Because you never know, that might be some good. That's such an odd problem. Complicated. Yeah, it is. It really is. So is there any free barbed wire models? Let me see. Oh, so there's a great collection of barbed wire and tank traps, but those are really bloody expensive. Why is it whenever I type in free, they always want to send me one that's like 60 quid, which I cannot afford. And even then, I've said free, and they don't want to show me just the free ones. A slinky, yeah. You type in stuff, and these sites just don't come up with anything. Yeah, literally all these just cost. Like, why would you want to pay 60 quid for that? That is ridiculous. See, that one there would be really good, but that's for one thing. That's like $30. Like, nah. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, there's nothing. That looks like a decent one. There's this one. You got like 10 here. Then you got like razor wire. But yeah, there's all kinds of ones here. But these are all like, I don't know why they charge you up the ass for some of these things. Okay, let's see. Instead of barbed wire, why don't I type in razor wire and see if that comes. So it's barbed wire 3D model CGI traders. Like any free ones? Because yeah, it keeps pulling up like ones that are paid for. It's like, dude, I'm making a mod. I can't afford this stuff. There's one for 9. Yeah, there's all kind of random ones, but I mean the ideal one would be this, because that's a really good one. There's some really good ones here. But yeah, it looks like they want to charge up the butt for it, which is kind of crazy. So I don't know. Hashtag bum shot. All things are better with a projectile up though. Let me see. 3DMB. Anything? Is there really no free ones? So price free. I'm guessing there's. What we got in here? Yes, there's that, but it's really crappy. And then it comes up with all this furniture stuff. I was like, that is not what I asked for. Okay, so instead of why don't I type razor wire and see if that pulls up. No, just a load of weird models and stuff like that. Okay, why don't we type in? I wonder if there's anything else we can try. Free 3D traps. Let me see. 3D traps models. Let's see. A monster plant. Okay. And of course, I say free, and they don't want to give me free ones. I want the free ones. What free things do you have? And then they still litter the stuff with not free stuff or whatever. Oh, fish trap. Hey, I did want one of these. Actually, I did want one of these for Fennec Foods. All right, that's fine. I will have a look into this. Hang on a minute. Don't know if it's a horribly low poly one, but still. Low poly, somewhat low quality game model of a simple historical net fish trap. Using a transparent texture. Yeah, I kind of did want one of those for Fennec Foods. So there you go. Eat your flies free. Yeah, so that's something I did want to use is like a fish trap. So I remember that one. But yeah, this is a pretty funny one. God, can you imagine if you saw that in like a greenhouse POI? How crazy that would be. That'd be funny. There's like a bear trap as well. But yeah, there's all kinds of different traps. But yeah, a lobster trap. Huh, interesting. Studio rooftop scene. There's all kinds of stuff here. What is that? Oh, carnivorous pitcher plants and stuff like that. That'd be funny. That'd be funny to have that would actually be really funny to have like a zombie around here. Like you just have a bloody mouse trap. Ship hatches. Yeah, so you say trap and then it comes up with things like trap. You wanted a trap door, and it's like no. But yeah, apparently there's like some bear traps and stuff like this as well. So there's all kinds of different things as you can see. Hunting equipment collection. Really a horn? Look at that bow. And look at the price on that thing. Wow. Yeah, they charge up the arse for assets as well. There's a ground if it's free. Well, I'll come back to that when I get around to it. But at least I know I just have to type in trap and I'll find it. It'll be in my net history. So let's see what else we got on here. So there's bear traps. What's that? A Ghostbuster trap? That's awesome. Big trap. So yeah, there's a trap like that which is pretty cool. So there's like it's different like bear traps and stuff like that. See, this is what I don't get. Like that some people just like you got this for free and that for $1, which is pretty good. Yet someone charges 25 for exactly the same friggin' thing. Like that and that, it's kind of like the same. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know how people justify or even buy that when it's like, dungeon traps. Let me see. There's some more over here. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, I just want the free ones. They should be right there, right? Yeah. Unlike the other site, this one actually shows you what's the free one. Yeah, there's the fish traps there as well. That's not a trap. Well, time could be a trap, I guess. A tank trap. All kinds of weird things here. Aquarium snail trap. Yeah, there are some weird things, and I don't get there's all these like blue model things that come up on the site as well. I have no idea. A hair trap for a bathtub. There's some there's some dungeon traps right there. Oh, they're really crappy models though. So this guy a ghost trap. There's kind of a few interesting ones here, but yeah, none for just like simple barbed wire, which is what I want to get. Which is pretty cool. That's rude, hey? Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy. There's some interesting ones in here, but yeah, it's like just trying to find 3D models sometimes. Like unless you're a modeler yourself, it is so difficult to find stuff. I'm not a modeler, so I'm just like I have to find them. Dungeon floor traps. What's this? You got dungeon floor traps. You've got elevate your workflow with the dungeon floor traps asset from False Wisp Studios. Find this and other interior options in the Unity asset store. So, let me guess. This is gonna actually cost. Oh no, it's free. So what do they have in here? Because actually, if it's integrated directly with Unity, that's pretty good. They just have like 3 different. They're pretty much the same. One's just like a fire version. So they're kind of like fire traps. Trap round grid. Yeah, pretty much just like some fire traps. So what if I type in Unity asset store? Because sometimes that comes up with some stuff. So let me go for free assets here. Refined pricing, free. We like free assets. There we go. Give me them freebies. 2D death. It's 2D. Okay, let's make sure they're 3D as well. There you go. So when you narrow it right the way down, you have a speed trap, low poly traps. Yeah, most of these are just really crappy. Really low poly ones, which it just wouldn't look good if you put that in the game. So like that one would be for like a fire trap for potentially. Um, hmm. I mean that could be an option for a later game, for a late game trap where you have I'm just trying to think like this could be good for a late game trap. Like you could upload if you get like some steel or something, you could upload the cold trap or you could upgrade it so it would stay lit for longer. So there is potential for that maybe. But yeah, I just want a barbed wire. Uh, a spider queen apparently. That's I don't know how that comes into traps. It's like barbed wire here. What comes up there? Let me see. Yeah, see, do you see what I mean? Like, okay, that one's slightly better. That's only 4. Post-apocalyptic fences. Miscellaneous weapons. Okay. Are there any free assets here I can grab? There is one free asset, and that is Surround Dead. Free sample. Okay. Well, nothing, nothing really good there. I mean, I guess if I was gonna go with one, if I was gonna have to buy one, I would probably choose. That one is probably the best one, but it's the most expensive. But yeah, I don't know. That one's kind of like not justified for that when you can get. Yeah, this one has like loads of them. See. And there's even some extra spikes and stuff in that one too. So there's a few things like a tank trap in there and some fences. That one actually has more potential to maybe be a purchase. But yeah, I'm just trying to see what we have access to because like I said, I can't model these myself. I can't model these things myself because it's just not so fun. But yeah, these ones maybe because that's actually got some nice chain links and stuff that we could add as well for different things. So Hmm, maybe, maybe. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that razor wire thing. I have no idea. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen that happens. Um, but yeah, survival game assets there, but those are low poly ones you can see. But yeah, let's type in. Well, how about fences? Let's see if there's any free fences, because sometimes if you just use a different keyword, it will come up with. It might come up with different things. So there could be some different ones we could get that might contain what we want. Most of it's stylized though. I'm looking for more realistic stuff. Survival village props? Hmm. Nah, that's not going to contain what I want, is it? Easy primitive animal stuff. See, there's a few things. There's road props and stuff, but none of that is. No, that's low poly as well, so it's no good for us really. If it was a low poly game, there'd be a lot of stuff that goes for this, but yeah, fences have an obstacle. And then just again, take 3. Is there any other good stuff in there? Sap 2D, fallen tree barrier. Hmm, just a big old fallen tree. So nothing really much there either. Yeah, there's not really that much we can do. Okay, so I guess for now then, unfortunately, I know we kind of just like invested a ton of time into that, but yeah, I guess until I can figure out what that is, I'll leave this out. Well, I guess I'll leave it in the game as doable as usable. Like you can get it from creative, but I'll just take out the recipe for now. Because yeah, we did get some. There was some red text as well. Let me see if there's any. So written. Let's do in the threads. Shut down. Let's try to see what we got. So I tried these mapping, so that load stuff. Loading. Pathfinder, creating. I'm just thinking if there's any errors that have come up here. Vehicle. Let me see. So vehicle manager. Setting for blood enemy count does not match the default. Goes to the mod category. Class again, so synchronized layer. Animation director animation. Received invalid country code. Open spawn window, start game done. That's me in the world trying to create lobby. That's when I logged in the game. Just seeing if there's anything that's CM and DM. Just seeing if there's anything that happened when I put the thing down. Nope, looks like nothing got logged as I tried to put the wire down. Yeah, so no errors got logged here, so that's the other thing, like the game never tells you if something goes wrong. It's like if it's not logged here, you just don't know. It's just one of those things, you just don't know what's going on. It's kind of crazy. All right, so it doesn't look like we can really find anything there, but we'll keep these in anyway. The main reason being, I can revisit this later if I find a better model to use. Because it looks like for whatever reason the one I have just doesn't want to work. I could, okay, I'll tell you what I could do. I could check that it is not to do with the model because it might just not be to do with the model. You know what I mean? So let me change. Okay, so we've got shape model entity, right? Let me check. Model resources. Let me check if it's not to do with the model. It could be very well just to do with the model, and for whatever reason, with this. Let me just change it to the call trap, right? And then we'll take out this. I want to see if maybe it's the block class that's doing it as well. So that it should at least have an error code to give you an idea what it look. It should do, but it don't. It don't, which is a shame. But let me try this. Because maybe this will do it. Because yeah, I kind of had a feeling it was because it wasn't tagged, but it's tagged. So I'm wondering, yeah, it's probably honestly just the model itself. It wouldn't surprise me, but even so, like I've never had that happen before. I've always been able to like intersect models with other models with no problems. So I guess continue. Let's see if this fixes it, because it might be just the model issue. In which case that's very strange. Because yeah, I've had it so I can like place blocks inside each other, and they've had no issues with colliders or anything like that. So it's kind of weird. So I wonder if right. So let's get the steel barbed wire one. So the steel barbed wire should now look like this. Yeah. So I've kind of changed the model here, and yeah, now it does let me put it together. So it must be the model one. It must be its model doing something weird. I reckon there's a weird property in that FunPit model, which is not allowing it to be used for whatever reason. Because yeah, that's just fine. Because yeah, this is still the barbed wire. It's just got a different model now. So these do allow them to go together, which is fine. So that does everything and then has the effect that I want it to have. Okay, so yeah, something is going on with that then. It's the model. So that would be the issue. Although, like I said, why? I don't know. I don't know if it's the collider perhaps. If we just don't include, maybe with this we don't include a collider because we use the cutout property. I could try that because we got a box collider and a logged group and a transform, which is correct. And that is set in the correct area, right? So that's set on, so this guy here has, yeah, it's a physics material. Okay, so let me take off the collider. I wonder if it has anything to do with the collider. Not that I think that will do much, but maybe there's a collider on this already. There's a mesh renderer. So there's a mesh renderer there, so I'm not sure if this is gonna do it. Let me try one more thing. So let's go and build asset model from selection. Actually, we're gonna take this guy off first, delete it, and then we gotta re-add it again, and then we do it. So build asset model from selection, character dependencies. It could be the collider. So let's try this. You never know. It could fix it, although it might not let it be collidable, which is gonna suck. And then I gotta figure out how to. I've then got to figure out how to make it collidable, which is going to be interesting. Maybe, yeah, probably. But yeah, let's see. So we'll go into here. I've got to go to. First of all, we're going to put it back in XML. So this is called steel barred wire. So let me copy this again. So yeah, it probably is the model, but like I said, no idea why. That's so weird. Let's see. Allow rotations true. So yeah, it is the model. But yeah, that's never happened before. Like whenever I've done that, it's just been fine. It's never gone like that. So that's so strange. Clock tag, damage. Yeah, damage type is barbed wire, so allow double for rotations. Light opacity. So collide. Yeah, collides with melee and rockets. So yeah, rockets blow them up through, of course. We don't need a text property on here, by the way, so that's fine. Group economic value. So block tag spike, M-barred fence, material. Yeah, so there must be something going on with this, but I guess we'll try this out and see. I might need to just maybe readjust the collider as well, which could also be a thing. If it is the collider, then we can just make a new collider and see if that will fix it, maybe. Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna have to do. So let's try this now. Like I said, it could just be the model entirely, and no matter what we do to it, it won't like it. So we'll try it out. We'll see what happens. It's always nice to try things. You never know. Dave says, and you got the model from Pimps. Yeah, it was from their. I extracted it from their stuff, so it is from theirs. Which might explain why it's not in the game if they're just having issues with it and they can't get it to work, which would be quite funny. Not gonna lie, that would actually be quite funny. They're just like, yeah, we can get it to work, so we just kind of left it there, and we just didn't do anything with it. And then we waited till Maxbox Gaming came along and figured out that it didn't work, and then we took it out of the Unity assets next time, so we couldn't get it back. It wouldn't surprise me. But we shall see. All right. So back in game, because they will now render together, right? So that's fine. And yeah, let's see now. It might be the collider, right? Let me run through all these traps because it's fun. It's fun to run through traps. Here we go. Okay, it is the collider. I still take damage with it, but it looks like it is actually the collider. Now the thing is, can I actually remove this without the collider? Yeah, see, I can't actually punch it. That's the problem. I can't punch the thing to get rid of it because it has no interaction collider on it. So maybe, so yeah, it's to do with the collider not wanting it to be placed. So now, yeah, now I can place them together, as you can see, which is fine. It can run through, and I take damage on it, but it now doesn't interact with melee attacks. So yeah, it can't be attacked or picked up, which is not good. Okay, so that's something. Yeah, that's something. And I'm guessing now the things don't kind of, yeah, they no longer seamlessly sit together anymore like they used to because I altered the size, which kind of sucks. But you don't really notice it, so that's right. Yeah, you don't notice it much. Like I said, if I was to add like some little spindles on the sides, it would be fine. You wouldn't really notice. There we go. Mel says hashtag not funny. Can you add a press Y to pick up? Potentially, but we need the but it needs to be like it needs to be repaired and things like that, you know what I mean? So let me try re-enabling the collider and just adjusting it slightly. And maybe if we make the collider slightly smaller, this is what I'm thinking. We can make the collider a little small. Center, size. So material is none. So let me remove. Okay, let's first remove this component, and then we'll just re-add a new one. So remove component. Flash preview. There we go. So do this, and then we'll add a new one, and then we'll just do a box collider here. So we'll try this. So we can do that, and then we'll make it very slightly smaller in the X and Z, and maybe that will fix it. And we'll see if that does it. Okay, so we're going to do remove the prefab first. Yep, delete, and then re-add it, and we'll see if that does it. Okay, so now re-export. So build asset bundle from selection, and we'll see if that works. Trust you can do 3D. Yes, we want to replace it. Thank you so much. There we go. And Raynard, welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing? Thank you very much for popping in. All right, so let's see if this works. So we got the barbed wire here. So yeah, unfortunately the scaling is now a little bit off because I did make it a little bit smaller, so it doesn't quite fit as it did before, which is a shame because it did look good when it could all fit together. But you know, that's something that's something that if we can sort this out, maybe the collider will just have it. We'll just be able to fix it with the collider here. Because thinking about it, it was just 0.9718. This is just like 1 and then 1.2, wasn't it? So I think that's what it is. Just it's just in the X direction. It was 1. Because then that fits out that way. Yeah, so in the X it's 1 and it was 1.2. Yeah, it's like 1.2 in the Y and the Z. But I think it's only the X one that matters to connect it. So let's try that. Let me do one more time. And then we'll try it this way, see if this works. But yeah, if we can't put a collider on it, then yeah, that's the problem. And it could just be the way that some of the traps work. Dave says, order on the keyboard. Yeah, so it could also be the way that traps are configured. They might have a different tag on them, for example. So I might have to see if I can look at the spike traps and see if there's something different there that we have to do. Because it might not be, for this example, it might not be T-Mesh B. It might be a different tag altogether, because it still let me like put it down with T-Mesh B not enabled. So this could be why. Right, back into here. Let me try this again. So we'll build it again. And then I'll go test. Building and testing. Here we go. Let's see what happens now. There's his cross fingers. Yes, we'll try and make it like a little bit smaller. But yeah, it could just be that it might be that we need to make a mesh collider instead of a box collider, which again could be something. So I'm not too sure on that either. Because I know, for example, for the other spike traps, they're a little bit finicky on when you look at them. So it could just be that as well. Collides of movement and stuff, and has a bit of a weird thing. But yeah, let's see if making the collider very slightly smaller. Yeah, because now I should be able to. Yeah, so now I can interact with this. See, I can actually hit the barbed wire here, and I can punch it, and it comes out. So that's now fine. And yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah, that is it. That was it. It was literally the collider was slightly too big for whatever reason. And yeah, look, they seamlessly go back together again. Look at that. All right, okay, we fixed it. So this does now prevent one from going through, but it looks like the movement factor is not actually affecting anything, because I'm definitely going more than 30% faster. Yeah, that's like 50%, so I don't think movement factor affects it. So I think that's fine. Okay, so finicky Fennec, indeed. Okay, so that is fine now. So that does work, and that is fixed. So the only thing we got to do now is what we probably have to do is make a buff that happens here that slows them down more, because I don't think this movement factor works anymore. So what we'll do, we'll say property name equals buffs when walked on, and then value equals buff barbed wire slowdown, which should be fine. And then we just have to actually make that buff, and then we should be fine. So yeah, so perfect. And the group's first razor wire tester, indeed. So yep, I'm definitely the first razor wire tester. Looking good. Right, so then we just got to make this buff, right? So what we want to do is make it apply a bit of extra slowness to it. So if we come into here, I don't currently have a buffs thing, so what we'll do is we'll copy recipes, put this in, and we'll just rename this to buffs. And then I'll change some things here. So let's re-enable this recipe so that does actually work. So no need to keep that disabled now. There we go. So that's fine now. Recipe is enabled. And he is working as he should be. So we can re-enable it now. So, people will be able to actually have it. So now what we need to do is add it as a buff to be slowing down. So let's go and have a look at something that looks at movement speed, because that's the first thing I need to look at is what the passive effect is for movement speed. So if we go into the vanilla buffs file here real quick, and I think it's just move speed, or movement speed, or is it walk speed? Okay, so first it is walk speed and run speed. Okay, so that's what we gotta do. So we just gotta set a walk speed and a run speed, and then set it, and then subtract a percentage of movement speed, pretty much. So yeah, hashtag razorwire tester says, yep, I'm definitely a razorwire tester. Okay, so that's what we need to do. We need to make a new buff that just has like, okay, it kind of debuffs itself on its own, and it just has a move speed, and then it removes when you come out of the barbed wire, pretty much. So that's pretty much what we need to do. So let's go into our buffs file that we just made. So this guy is going to be over here. So what we'll do is we'll just get rid of everything in here, apart from that top dependency tag. So get rid of those. And then we can just go append xpath equals buffs. And we're going to add our own razor wire buff. So we're going to go buff name equals buff barbed wire FM. There we go. So we're going to grab this guy. Let me make sure it's called the same on here, because it should be, I would have thought. Let's see. So light opacity. Right, so that's ours. This is, hang on, which is ours and which is the available box file? This is ours. So buff when walked on is buff barbed wire. Oh, buff barbed wire slowdown FM. So we'll put an FM on the end, because just to say, yeah, this is a FennecMod buff. Kind of helps. There we go. Do that one. And then we'll just say, to make it hang on. So then we're just going to say hidden is true, because we don't want this to show. We just, there's no need for it to show. So let's see. So you've managed to fix the problem. The fun pimps couldn't. Well, that's the thing. I'm just speculating that it was a problem that they didn't know about. But you never know. So we're gonna go stack. So we're gonna go duration value equals let's say actually no, let's do it this way. So we're gonna go stack type value equals I think we just can keep this out. We don't need to worry about this. So we're just gonna go effect group, and we'll try this, and we're gonna say triggered effect trigger equals on self buff start action equals modify CVAR, and our CVAR can just be slowdown it's going to be at dollars, and then slowdown FM, and then operation equals, I think you just got to do set, so in our sense in this, and then value equals 1. And there we go. So modify CVAR equals set or slowdown time. And then we're just going to do triggered effect trigger equals on self buff stack. Same as well. Action equals modify CVAR, and then the same one. So this slowdown, and when it stacks, we just want to keep it set to 1. Operation equals set, and then value equals 1. There we go. So we're going to go grab those. So then we're going to say when it updates, triggered effect trigger equals on self buff update, and then action again is modify CVAR, and CVAR equals slowdown timer FM, and then operation equals add value equals -1. There you go. And then finally we can just say triggered effect trigger equals on self buff update, action equals remove this buff. So action is remove buff, and then buff equals this one, buff barbed wire slowdown, with a requirement, and the requirement name equals CVAR compare. So then we're going to say our CVAR, which is this one, the slowdown timer FM, and then operation equals less than value equals 0. There you go. And then, so essentially when this is less than 0, it'll go ahead and untrigger this pretty much, and then remove the buff. So this is this right here is just saying, okay, when the buff starts, put a timer on of 1 second to slow down. Now, while you're in the barbed wire, the buff is going to keep stacking, so it's just going to go ahead and keep this at 1 second pretty much for as long as you're in the barbed wire. Because what happens is every time it updates, it's going to go down, but then obviously you don't want to remove the buff if you're in the barbed wire, so it will just keep getting added. It will keep cycling around pretty much until you step out of the barbed wire. Then the timer starts to count down, and when it gets to less than 0, it goes ahead and yeah, the slowdown timer is then removed, and then you get to move at normal speed again. So then all we got to do, I think these are passive effects. So now while the buff is active, we can just get these guys. So we can say, so we can do passive effect name equals walk speed and run speed. And we can just say operation, and we want to do percent add value equals -0.5, and I think that'll do a 50% slowdown. So I'm going to do percentage add, and then -0.5. So yeah, that should, while the buff is active, these two things will happen, and when the buff is removed, these things get removed, and it should be pretty good. Faded Sim says, done all the things. Thank you, Fadey. So let's see. I think that's everything we need to do to make it work, I think. So yeah, I think that's everything. Okay, and what we want to do, I want to see this in the console as well, just to make it sure it's working. So triggered effect trigger equals on self buff start, action equals log message equals barbed wire slowdown. There we go. And that should just put a message in the console whenever we walk into the barbed wire, just to make sure that, hey, this buff has been activated. And then we can just say, when the buff is removed, triggered effect trigger equals on self buff remove action equals log message, and then message equals barbed wire slowdown end. There we go. And let's just put start here to make it more clear. So I just want to log when it starts and when it ends, just so we can kind of get a readout on how it works. So we'll try that. So yeah, we're gonna be a razor wire tester again, see if this works. So we're gonna go and grab our game copy. We're gonna go build it. Because yeah, razor wire, I really want them to slow down the zombies. I'd love to make it like dismember things and stuff like that, but I think that involves like more custom code, and I think I've done enough custom code for Fennec for 1 alpha. So yeah, I'm probably not going to add too much more until A20 drops, because it's probably going to break everything I've done in A19 anyway. So yeah, there is that. So let's go ahead and go editing tools. And wait, no, we can just do it in a well here. Probably be easier because I've already got everything set up. So Fady has done all the things. Hooray! All the things. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and this excellent harvesting wood, but are not the weapon of choice for killing zombies. Well, that's bullshit. You put an extra a zombie's face, it's gonna come clean off. Alright, so let's see if this logs in the console. So we've got the console here. I'm just gonna walk through it. So, oh yeah, that's slowing way down. Look at that. There we go. Oh, to kill me! Yeah! It works! So I think that's done it. Let's see. Do we see the message in there? Yep. Barbed wire slowdown start. Barbed wire slowdown end. We died. Look at that. Perfect. There we go. So that works. Yeah, that slows stuff down a lot. So that's kind of handy. Alright, so let me go back to my death point, which was here. Oh, hang on. DM. And here we go. Then go back to here, and there we go. Alright, where is bag? There it is, bag. There you go. Yeah, so that does yeah, that does definitely slow you down. Look at that. So walk speed and run speed. Yeah, look at that. And I'm walking same rate as well. So that's definitely having a better effect. And as soon as you come out of it, it goes and registers that. There you go. Cool. Nice. So that's some durable barbed wire right there. Yeah, that slows down by quite a lot. I might want to go a little bit more than that, just for that type of barbed wire. And that says, woo! Razor wire for the win, says Dredden. How you doing, Dredden? Haven't seen you in a while. I hope you've been keeping well, dude. But yep, razor wire for the win. Alright, so there we go. That's gone and slowed me down. I want it to make it a little bit more. So we're going to go percentage add. So let's make it do percentage minus 0.65. I think 65% slowdown is probably good. So yeah, walk speed and run speed, add that. And that'll affect players and zombies. Now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to add this. And I'm actually going to rename this to buff razor wire slowdown. So razor. So this is the razor wire slowdown, or actually no, we'll call it buff steel barbed wire slowdown, because I want this to be different from the regular barbed wire, because I'm actually going to do this for the regular barbed wire as well, but to a slightly lesser effect. So we're gonna do it for both. So because I think barbed wire needs more love, and the fun pimps, in my opinion, nerfed it too much. So yeah, it's definitely something that I think we need to slow down just a smidge. So let's go into trusted barbed wire. So we got to rename the buff to this one. There you go. So buff, steel barbed wire, slow down. So then what we want to do is we want to add to this one. Okay, here we go. Let's go and see what we got here. So Adrian says, "Yeah, I'm good. Been busy. I'm glad to hear you're good, though, dude. What have you been getting yourself up to?" So then we're gonna say sets normal barbed wire to have a 25% extra slowdown. So then we want to do append xpath equals and block. We want to find the block whose name equals barbed wire sheet, or whose name equals barbed fence. There we go. And then we're just going to say property name equals buffs when walked on, and then value is going to be buff, and then this one is going to be just be buff barbed wire slow down FM. So we're going to make a second buff real quick that just has less of this effect pretty much. So we'll have like a weaker one and a stronger one. So if we go to recipes here, so steel barbed wire, we're going to go ahead and add this. So if we just copy this entire thing, and we can just make it so that this buff has just slightly less movement penalty effect. So this one we'll just call regular barbed wire, so buff barbed wire slowdown, FM of course, and instead of 65 we'll make this 25. So it gives you 25% slowdown on both walk and run. Says, oh, we're working on a game, and kids started school this last month. Started to get into a new routine then. Oh, I see, that's awesome. So working on a game, eh? What is this game? I'm interested. All right, so that's all good. Bring this back up here. And I think that's everything. So come back up here. We can kind of remove these log messages in now because we know the buff works. So no need for the debugging. So that works, and there's our two new buffs there. Okay, so those now go ahead and sort it out. So let's go and just test it out. Test. We're teching and chesting. Not checking and testing. We're teching and chesting. All right, let's grab this and see what we got here. Now it says hashtag do tell. Alright, so back in game then, and let's see if this works. So, editing tools, level and prefab editor. Tech testing. Yeah. We're teching and chesting. Tech chesting. Does that mean I have a very technological chest? I don't know. Wait, why did I spawn the prefab world? Well, it's fine. It's fine. We can just do it here. We can do it in a test world. So this and create new. There we go. So then we can check with regular barbed wire. And oh wait, no, I can't check in here because of the. I can't check in here for one very simple reason. There's no floor. So back in the world we go. Shouldn't take too long to load. I'm just so used to going into the preview editor when I mod, so it is all good. It is all good in the hood. There you go. Oh, might want to get out of this. Oh boy, that slowdown is big. That is very big slowdown. Oh boy, let me out! Ouch. Oh. Okay. Oh, the slowdown is. Oh, that's a slight bug. I think the slowdown is still applied when you're in barbed wire. Ooh. That's a problem. Hang on. Wow, I think I've actually applied a permanent slowdown somehow. Oopsie. Let me see. debuff. Let me see. Did I do it? There we go. That's better. Yeah. So it might be because I think it's just because I changed the name of the buff. That's all. So if we go into here, that is, ooh, very slow. Ah, I know exactly why. I know exactly what I did. I did not change the name of this to Steel Valve Wire Slowdown. That's why. That's why. So it's got to be changed to that. Yep, that'll be why. Adren says, well, it's hopefully going to be a mix of Subnautica and 7 Days to Die around a white hole. Still pretty early in, working on character animations and enemy AI stuff at the moment. Oh, okay, that's cool. That sounds pretty cool. Okay, that'll be why. Yeah, so it wasn't removing the buff because yeah, I am I didn't instruct it to remove said buff. So let me go ahead and rebuild, and we'll try again. Whoopsie, my bad. Didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Sorry. There we go. Let's go build it again. Yeah, hashtag oversight. Many oversights were had. And hey, I'm a blind bugger. I'm meant to have undersights, not oversights. I'm not meant to see beyond anything. So here we go. Let's go and make our way back in here. So now this should work. Yeah, that's a really big slowdown as well. So yeah, definitely worth it. Okay, continue game. Go back in here, and let's see if this works. Well said, saying nothing. I think Mel's is more interested in my technological chest. Tech chesting. Checking. Check testing, tech chesting, yeah. Okay. Okay, I kind of have to... I'm probably gonna have to die here, aren't I? Oh no, I've got health, so go out of there. And now, does this reduce? Okay, I probably gotta do to probably just gotta do that, right? There you go. Do that, and oh yeah, that slows down a lot. Go, you don't want to run into that thing. Huh. Okay, so that's interesting. It kind of keeps a slowdown. It's not debuffing it. If I remove it there, then it's fine. So yeah, it's almost like it's still applying it for whatever reason. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What's going on here then? So what if I see the slowdown timer? Operation stand value 0. Buff, steel bar wire slowdown. Make sure they're the same. Slowdown timer. Maybe I need to make these CVARs different as well. That might be why. That's probably also as well. Adam says, modding keeps a hold of me though, and I have to fight the urge, else game won't get done. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like that all the time. So why does that still... Why did that still not go? Hold on a minute. Let me make sure. Let me make sure what I've done here. So steel bar wire. Right, hold on a minute. So box name buff on Waltron is buff bod wire slowdown FM. And then for this one, trap steel bar wire FM. Buff from walked on. Buff steel bar wire slowdown FM. Okay, yes, this is different. This doesn't extend it either, so that's really strange. So it did work flawlessly a minute ago, and then when I added a second variant of it. Okay, so let's say slowdown time. Let's just call it slowdown time 2, and we'll get this variable to be different. Oh, that'll be why it's slowdown timer and not slowdown time. That'll be why I had an R there. I think I didn't have one there. Oh yeah, I did. add an R there by accident. Okay, so that would be why. So we can probably leave this the same now. Yeah, that's pretty why it was. It was just slow down time and slow down timer, which is probably what did it, because it was never so it smells like exactly. Let's see. Let's try that. So yeah, that might be it. That might be it. Let's try that then. So build it, and let's see if this works. This might work now. Where's my chair like sunk really low to the ground? I swear there's like a little gremlin in this chair that I'm sitting on that raises it and lowers it bit by bit until I just and then it keeps going it until I notice, and it's like why does it do this? Hang on a minute. Gotta adjust my chair. There we go. Now I'm not like halfway on the floor. There we go. Yeah, it's like so I'm doing stuff and I'm like sinking down. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Now I think I'm slightly too high. There we go. That's better. Hydraulics are fun. All right, let's try this now. I was like, ner. Let's see what's going on here, shall we? Alrighty then. Everyone's like, alright, so, we're still slow. We're no longer slow. Good. Go into here. We're not ridiculously slow. Just about. And then we get faster again. Yep. Okay, yeah, it does last a little bit, and then... How about this one? So, for this one... Yeah, so there is a slowdown with that too. Okay, there we go. Yep, that works. It's kind of got a bit of a delay after you get out the barbed wire, but that's fine. So you kind of get out of it, and then you get back to normal speed. Yeah, that's fine. I could probably fix that up with well, I'll try one thing. I'll see if I can fix this up with the a less than or equal to. It's probably not that one. Was yay? Let's see. Yeah, because currently it's set as less than. So maybe if we put that as less than or equal to, then we can do it. But I'm not sure if that will actually sort it out. Oh, hang on. That removed the entire thing below there. There you go. So maybe we'll change that less than or equal to. Because then it will work. Because I think it's going 1 and then 0 and then ticking down to -1 and then it unticks it. So that might be something I just got to do. Because yeah, I'm not sure like how the buff ordering is done. Because I think it like runs the entire set of commands and executes them at exactly the same time. So I'm not sure if the buff start and then buff trigger is something that's done on the fly. So I have to check that because I think the buff when walked on only applies once per second or once per frame. So we might need to do some finer control on that just to see, because what we might see now is me stuttering of going slow and fast. So let's see. It honestly depends on how the buff logic works from their point of view. But if it does work in a weird way, then we'll do like what I could do is set it to I could set the update rate to be twice as quick, and then I could do on self buff update, take it down by 0.5 every time, and that would probably solve it. Let's see now. All right, let's see if this works now. Oh, I started in the prefab world again, didn't I? Damn it. See, forced to have it, guys. I'm so used to starting in the prefab world. Because that's where I do like all my multi-block testing and making sure everything's running and everything like that. So yeah, there's a couple of things. Here. Right, let's see if this works now. Come on, there you go. All right, so yeah, that's fine. Okay, it does it fine. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, you still get a bit of the slowdown, but yeah, it doesn't make a difference on less than or equal to, just because, yeah, I think it processes it at the same rate regardless. So yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter. That's all good. So there we go. Steel barbed wire is a thing. It works. It's in the game. It looks friggin' awesome. And yeah, now you can actually put stuff next to it. Ooh, that hurt. Ow, 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 ow. I'm gonna die. No, no, don't kill me. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Ah, okay, we're alive. Okay, let's not go jumping barbed wire. But yeah, you should be able to. Now, the one thing that I don't think this does is have stability support, which I might want to add for this. Because I don't think it will let me place one like on top of it. Unless I'm very specific about it. Yeah, so you can't place them on top of each other, but they can be placed like, so you can't use these to support each other like other ones, but as long as these things are on top of a structure, it's fine. So yeah, you can't like stack them up. For example, they have to be done here. Let's try out a zombie. There you go. Oh yeah, look, he's just stuck in there. Look at that. He can't go anywhere. It's gonna take him ages to get out of that. There you go. That's like 8 seconds slowdown. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, death by zombie. Alright, so our test is a success. It seems to work. Hooray! Definitely slows him down. Alright. God, the player character's arm is so veiny, isn't it? Have you noticed that? Like, how veiny his left arm is when he like, rubs his head? It's like, bloody Nora. Like, what have you been injecting yourself with? Right, there we go. So that's all done. So you were like 6 health? Says Mills. Like, yeah, I know. But that's fine. Okay, so that does work now. Hooray! Oh, one thing I didn't test, actually. Now get back into the world. See, I love this PC. It's so quiet. It's so quick at loading worlds. It's so good. Takes longer as you add more and more blocks and stuff, though. But like actually getting into the world is so quick. This is why this is a much nicer PC to mod on. Right, so yeah, one thing I wanted to check is if we can pick this thing up or not, and I also need to give it a different material, because currently it's I already need to set it to M metal or something, so it doesn't make a wooden noise when you break it. Okay, so CM DM. Let's go and get the raised wire. So can this be picked up? I don't think it can, which is fine if it can't, because that's something that I need to steel by wire, not raised wire. So can we pick this up? I don't think we can yet. Yeah, so this cannot be picked up, but I will make it so that it can be picked up in just a minute. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, so I think though, yeah, this can't support anything on top of it, but can it support stuff? I wonder if it can support stuff from the side of it. I'm not sure on that. I think it can only be laid on the ground, which is fine if it can be, because it's I just wanted to check what it's like. But yeah, I was going to see if it could maybe be like put off the side of a pole or something. Hang on. Let's go and make let's do some testing real quick, because I want to see what some properties do. Concrete block. Here we go. Can this be supported off the side? It can, but I don't think it can hold that one. Yeah, okay. So you can't do a raised trap, but I think I should make that. I think I should make it possible to be able to do raised traps like that, because currently it can't. Because it'd be really good to have like barbed wire there and then spikes under it, and that'd be or an electric fence under it, and that'd be really good. So let me see if I can get that done. Because this should act more like the barbed wire sheet. How you doing, Daz? Welcome to the stream, dude. He says I likes building and Pizza Steve. How you doing, dude? Thank you very much for coming in. Says, oh, I had pizza. You did? Excellent. Okay, so that works. We just want to make sure this thing can actually have stability support then. So to do that, I think there's only one property we need to remove from our block to make it run. So yeah, stability support is currently set to false. But we want to change that to true. So if we just remove this property, it should be able to go ahead and hold out. And then what we want to do then is also say property name is material. Yeah, we want to set its material, right? So that's the other thing we need to do. So is that set yet or not? It should be. Most things have a material. Yeah, so currently this is M barbed fence. Let's just go and set this to M metal underscore weak. There we go. So we'll set that to the a metal material, and that will then have some stuff there that says it's morning med time, so blood pressure med and some vitamin THC with a full dose of fuckatol and a side of coffee. When you with that, it sounds like with a small dose of fuck it, lol. I don't know why that just tickled me. Sorry, dude. I was just like, hmm. Okay, so what we want to do then is now that we've got these in, I want to make it so that the razor wire can be picked up, but only if the pickup traps mod is installed. So if you just install the traps mod without the picking up one, then this by default won't be able to be picked up, and you'd have to destroy it. But what we can do is make it so you can pick it up if both of them are installed together, and that's where the compact mod comes in. Because you guys know we love the compact mod, which is all the way down here, all the way down here. Where is it? Here we go. So it's down on mod compact. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into blocks XML because this is where we specify the can pick up property. So this essentially looks for all the mods that I've loaded and then adds some extra properties to certain blocks if they're needed. So for example, we're going to say we got FennecMod, quality of life, movable traps. And then plus FennecMod. So if both of these two mods are installed, weapons, trap crafting. If both of these modlets are installed, it's going to allows you to pick up allows you to pick up the coal trap. Yeah, allows you to pick up the coal traps, vanilla spikes, and steel barbed wire. And steel barbed traps. So this is just going to make sure that if both these are installed, you can also pick those up as well. There we go. So zombie time, says Daz. Indeed. This is nice and fuggy with death wish coffee. Woo! Says oh, my neighbor across the road just brought me some reg brownies. And that was like a wink. And so yeah, time is zombie time indeed. So here we go. So what we'll do then is we're going to say, let me just copy this little bit here because it's a little bit easier to kind of do it from an already pre-existing thing, so I don't have to do the comments again. So we just have to change these to so quality of life, and that is movable traps, and then adding that to FennecMod crafting, and so this is FennecModlet, and this is going to be weapons, trap crafting. Got to make sure there's a space before and after as well. Then we want to say block name equals, and then here's where we're going to find all the names. So the first one was trap spikes new, or so then we'll just do like a list of names here. So then we're going to go or, and then name equals. Here we go. So we're going to grab these. I'm going to say buff barbed wire slow down. So wait, where is ours? Here we go. So the steel barbed wire. So here's the box we have. So if it's trap spikes new, or trap burning coals 1, or trap steel barbed wire, we're going to add the pickup ability. So I'm going to say, let's go and get rid of this here because we don't need that for a second. Close out the append tag. There we go. And then so this or name equals trap burning coals 1 FM, or name equals trap steel barbed wire FM. We're going to say property name equals can pick up, and then we're just going to add true to that property, and that should be it. All right, and that's pretty much what we need to do. Now let me just check in my current list of stuff whether the other ones extend from the first one. And what I mean is, yeah, so Trap Burning Coals 3 extends from Trap Burning Coals Master as well. But I don't think that particularly matters. Because what I want it to do is for the Trap Burning Coals, you should really be able to pick them up if they're burning as well. But if they've not been damaged but they're burning, you should be able to pick these up. And just then have it return the regular burning coals to you. So yeah, say if you place down the trap, you ignite the trap, and then you pick it up. You're just like, oh crap, I actually don't want it there. Currently, only the first one is able to be picked up. So I want you to be able to pick up 2 and 3 as well. So there's two ways we can do it. We can do it on each one individually, or probably a better idea is to do it on the master block, which will then affect all 3 of them, and then just make it give you back Trap Burning Coals 1. So what we can do is we can copy this one, and we can say can pick up is true. So instead of trap spikes, hang on, wrong file, too many file syndrome. So yeah, instead of Trap Burning Coals 1, we'll put it onto Trap Burning Coals Master FM. And then we got to do one more thing after that. So we need this. We need this again. So let me copy this whole thing again, and then we're just gonna go. We're gonna do this. Here we go. This will work. This is hashtag TMTS. I know, right? So this time we're gonna do. Well, there's 2 ways we can do it. We can do it this way. Actually, it might be a bit clearer if we do it this way. Let's remove this one, Trap Burning Coals Master, from there. And then we're gonna set a different can pickup property on this one. So on this one, we're gonna say Trap Burning Coals Master. So our Burning Coal Trap FM, and this time we're gonna add the same thing with a little bit of a twist. So instead, what we're gonna do with this one is on the Burning Coals Master one. So let me try. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to say on Trap Burning Coals Master, we're going to add the can pickup is true to it. Let me just make sure this is fine. So we're going to do this. We're going to go property name equals can pickup. We're going to set that to true. But then we're also going to say param1 equals, and then once we've done that, we can go ahead and get the Trap Burning Coals 1. So that means whichever of the 3 you pick up, you get the first stage back. So whether it's lit or not, you won't get like 3 different types of blocks in your inventory. You'll just get that first stage 1 back out of this. So this will go ahead and then allow you to pick up your burning coal traps, even if they're lit, and you'll just get the stage 1 back. So you will end up using some gas and stuff for doing so. So you will, if you've placed it down, lit it, and then realize that you've put it in the wrong place, well, that's too bad. You'll waste the coal and gas. But other than that, you'll be able to get your trap back as long as it's not damaged. So that should help. Okay, so here, let's see how we're going here. So now we've done that. Let's go and see if this works. So what I got to do now is I've got to enable my compatibility modeler just to check that both of these things can work together. Then make sure everything's saved up top. Yes, it is. So now we build. So this is going to throw a ton of yellow text because the compatibility modeler checks XPaths for like absolutely everything. So yeah, we are going to get yellow text all over the shop, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and play. And let's see if this works now. I just want to test that these things can now be picked up. And each of the types give me the same thing back, pretty much. So let's try it out. So we're going to go to continue, and this time we're not going to go into a PreAlpha world. And let's just double check and see if this works, because if it does, then that's the thing we've got. That's the thing we got working. And then you guys are going to have steel barbed wire and burning coal traps, and that's going to be a hell yeah. All right, here we go. So loading world. And there we go. Right, it is ready. So this should now support more. Yeah, it does. Good stuff. So yeah, this can now support more barbed wire on the edge of it. There's no way to make it like linear, but it can only support a couple anyway, because it's the weakened metal, so it can only support like 2 before it collapses. But yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so what's the actual structural integrity of this? I think it's like, it's not very strong, is it? Yeah, it's 10 mass and 120, but it can only support a couple before it inevitably falls down. Oh wait, this one can support more. Okay, I guess there was a slight. Yeah, so this should be able to support quite a few before it falls. Because concrete can support 10, right? And then, well, actually that can support. Yeah, there you go. So you can now make very long barbed wire chains up a level if you want to. So yeah, I guess there was just an issue with the previously loaded block. Yeah, so you can now do stuff like this and make a big old razor wire thing, so the zombies can kind of like run through it. Oh, that's a problem though. It doesn't affect the Zeds. It doesn't affect the Zeds if they run through it like that though. So not sure why in particular. Does it make them fall slower? Okay, yeah, so for some reason it doesn't affect Zeds higher up, so I guess doing something like that is not advised unless it's for aesthetics. It might just need to be, placed on the ground for it to work properly. So that's probably just a vanilla code thing, because really, if you're walking through it, it should still do the same thing. So yeah. But hey, you can use this to make what you can do though is you can use this to make a damage over time trap that doesn't take that much damage itself. So there is that. But yeah, now you can actually pick this up. See, so any barbed wire we place down that's not been damaged, we can actually pick straight back up, which is good. These ones we can't, of course, because it's been damaged a bit. So you got to repair it first before you can go and pick them back up. But what I wanted to check also. But yeah, I wanted to kind of make it like that just because, it looks cool. It would be really cool to have that, above a chain link. And that would look cool as part of a build, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? So this thing serves aesthetic purposes as well. So, that's kind of cool. What you could do is just put this on top of a wall and then have it as a stop trap for over a wall. So that'll work as well. So what we can do then is check for, let's get myself the coal trap. So, oh, hang on. I'm seeing red text up there. What is that? Let's see. Bad gateway. Async result. Oh, that's connecting to a network. Okay, that's an internet issue. That's a network. That's a network connection issue. Bad gateway though. No, I guess that's to do with GameSparks or something. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and grab then the coal traps. So we just type burning coal, and then we'll get each of these different types. And what we should find is each of these, in theory, should allow you to pick it back up again. And then if I pick up one that's burning, I can go ahead and grab this, and it should give me one of these regular ones back. Yeah, so if it's like burning or has the spikes in it or anything like that, picking these things up just gives you the regular ones back. So then you don't have your inventory clogged with three variations of block. So kind of removes a bit of inventory clutter. So there we go. That now works. And we should find also is the other spikes now. These other spikes, not those ones. We've got to turn on dev blocks because for some reason it's under here. Yeah, so those ones should now be removable, right? There we go. Yeah, so these ones you can now pick up as well, as long as they've not taken any damage. If they have taken damage, you can't pick them up, but if they're still fresh, then you can remove them and move them around as you please. So there you go. So try barbed Water at the bottom is. Oh, you want to? Oh, to put like water underneath it? You mean? Hang on. So you mean like to put like a water block under here? I think that's what you mean. So if you have water, does it? Yeah, water doesn't slow it down either. But yeah, you can kind of like spam water in the world if you want to. I'm flooding the world, guys. There you go. So yeah, if you run through water, it doesn't affect it either. I don't know if water can fit through those or not. Nah, it just falls down. Does the water render through it? Kinda. Then it just drops down there. Yeah, water physics in this game are weird. Water physics be weird. But yeah, that does cause some issues with water. But yeah. I guess if you're swimming through it, it might slow you down. But yeah, it's only if it's on ground level or on a block itself that slows you down. So barbed wire and water at the bottom. Yeah, so the barbed wire at the bottom should still slow you down, right? Let's see. That still slows you down, yeah. So yeah, so barbed wire at the bottom is fine. Yeah, so barbed wire at the bottom is just fine as well. That still slows you down. Yeah, if you're in here, it doesn't slow you down at all. So yeah, still works there. Seems that the buff doesn't trigger anymore though. Weird. Might just need a new game start or something. Hang on. Yeah, it probably just needs a new game start of some description. But yeah, barbed wire and water don't interact that well either. Now it says double. I don't know, maybe double does. Let me try expanding it. Nope, you just run straight through it. Yeah, if it's a head height, you just run straight through it. I think that must be a vanilla mechanic bug with how slowdown works, or it might be an intended feature. I have no idea. I'm gonna die in a minute, aren't I? Yeah. Yeah, it seems the buff doesn't trigger as readily anymore, so I still go through it quite fast. Yeah, I think that's to do with the less than or equal thing as well. Yeah, so I think, yeah, when I changed that less than to less than equal, I think it did change it, so let's go ahead and undo that change, just put it less than. Health to 40. So yeah, we can just debug and come out of that. Yeah, let me put that back to less than, because I think that one change probably broke it. So, but yeah, those two mods do work nicely together now, so that is awesome. Let me go and sort my buffs out. No, we don't want to update that. All right, let's see. So, where's my buffs? Buff. There we go. Yeah, so let's go ahead and put this. Yeah, let's do it just less than or equal to, because it's or less than, because it's only a 1 second difference. So. But it makes all the difference based on zombie interaction. So yeah, it's kind of important that this is done, because currently what's currently happening is it's just adding the buff and then immediately removing it, so you don't actually experience any slowdown. It just like, yeah, so buff start and buff update do actually trigger at the same time, so that means that, yeah, you kind of set the variable to 1 and then you subtract 1 and then it hits 0 and then just immediately removes it. So you do kind of have to use a bit of a different one instead. So that's fine. It doesn't matter. As long as it works as we intend to, it's all good. So that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, that works. We now have razor wire in the game. Yay! And it's and they're pick upable as well. So yeah, all the traps now, just like in Zombie Days now, we can actually pick up the traps, which is definitely a good thing. Because that's one thing that I thought was such a nice feature, being able to just, get any of the traps around the area and just, pick them up is pretty damn good. So yeah, there is that now all sorted out. So that's one modding success. Hooray! There we go. Whew. So managed to figure out those issues as well. So yeah, that was took me a little bit longer than intended, but I think we can kind of say make spike traps pick upable all done and done. There we go. Alrighty. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I think now it might actually interact better with water as well. So yeah, that's that one pretty much all finished off as well. So yeah, this is the stuff I've been working off off camera. I can show you guys some of the stuff that I have been doing before I end off the stream. So I'm not going to stream for too much longer because I have to edit a little more videos and get them rendering. So if you guys want zombie days next week, I have a little bit of stuff to do, and I know Unforgiven wants to play ATS tomorrow, so I will be trying to accommodate his request because I haven't been able to play with him yet. But I'll show you one thing I have done. Let me add the wood processing model in here. I actually made some of these multi-block structures have particle effects when they work. No, I'm not sure if this is going to work anymore. Well, it's definitely not going to work if I don't build it first, is it? Durr. So let me go ahead and try this. Right, so we're going to build it. There we go. So kind of do this thingy. Let that run. There we go. Builds very nice and quick. And I guess I can show you something that I've been working on. Because yeah, I wanted to have it so that it would be kind of clear when the block was working and when it wasn't. I'm not sure how well this works currently because it was sort of doing stuff and sort of not. It was a bit of it was a situation that had a lot of edge cases, and I had to do a lot of workarounds and stuff to make certain things happen. So, given how clunky my code is, I don't know if this is going to work, but I will try it and we'll see if it does. Because yeah, I did like a particle effect, and it was actually quite cool. You guys may remember the coke oven. So let's go creative mode, debug mode, and let's go and get the so let's type coke oven. Here we go. So yeah, and for anyone who wants to know how to build a coke oven, this will be, I guess, a tutorial on how to do it when you play Fennec yourself. So here we go. It's actually one of the simplest multi-block structures in the game. You need bricks, embers, the chimney, and the grate. That's pretty much what you need. They're very, 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 very easy to construct. For simple ones like the coke oven, you have to craft the blocks individually, but for the bigger ones, you can craft the variant helper blocks, which give you like all the different types of shape you need. But yeah, coke oven is one of the simplest ones to make. You literally just go and do this one's easy. You just do a 3x3 like that. You go ahead and put your embers in the middle, and that just kind of stays there. Then you do this guy right here, and then you can go ahead and add another layer around it, around these embers in the middle, and then you do again another layer around that. So currently it'll say structure incomplete until it's ready, but that's fine. You grab that guy, and then you do the chimneys. I still need to kind of work these out and see if I can make a default rotation for them. But then you just do a chimney and a chimney, and there you go. It says now the coke oven is ready to go. You see it says you're gonna open it and it's ready. It says coke oven embers. I'll have to see if I can make those a little bit different. So there you go. So Dave says definitely want the zombie days eps. I know streaming. I know stream the recording of the episode. Yeah, but then they want to watch it. They want to watch it when it actually comes out. So if it doesn't work, we just have to fix it, won't we? Exactly. So here we go. So that actually works. So that's how you craft your coke oven, and this is how you process logs into charcoal. So if I went to get log like this, what we should find now is, as long as everything works as I intended it to, you just literally chuck the logs in there, and does it do it? Yep, it does it, and you can see while it's working, it goes ahead and actually starts burning now. So the coke oven does have its own fire particles, and it will keep going as long as this is processing. So yeah, while the stuff is processing its charcoal, it'll go ahead and do it. It does stop a little bit and then start again. I'm not sure if there's a way I can get that working, but yeah, as it like finishes, it goes ahead. You'll go ahead and like start. It'll then go ahead and I guess it's a way you can kind of tell when it's done a recipe, and then it'll start up again to do the next one. I'm not sure why there's a gap though. I have to check that, because really it should just be burning constantly while it's working. So there's probably some kind of gap in there. But yeah, it does kind of do it as it processes. And then it will go ahead and finish a recipe, and then it will process it up again. So yeah, you can kind of tell when it's doing recipes. as you go. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. So yeah, these things now actually show particle effects when they work. Like I said, a little bit clunky. I gotta work out. So yeah, it kind of goes back to ready once the recipe's done. So what I'm thinking is I probably need to make the update to speedier, which is fine. That's not really a big issue. I can make the update speedier. So keep it going. So yeah, goes and does that, and then it's the main reason I did that was because I didn't want it to be checking every tick for an update because it might cause lag on servers. So I kind of did it that way. But maybe what I need to do is have it so that what I probably need to do is make it so that it has like a cooldown, like a 5-second cooldown, so it'll keep playing it when it goes back into ready, and then it will then turn off if it doesn't go back to working, I guess. So yeah, that might be pretty good. But yeah, that's probably something I have to sort in the future. But yeah, that's one of the things that now works is these things do have particle effects when they craft. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It works and does the particle effects now. I have a lot more complicated structures than this. This is one of the basic ones. But yeah, there's ones like the blast furnace and the purification plant and stuff, which are a lot bigger. This requires 27 blocks in its construction, so again, not too bad. I think the biggest blast furnace and arc furnace require about I think that they use similar types of blocks, but they require like 100 or something. They're a lot bigger. So it took me a while to build. Kept getting the chimney wrong. Well, what I'm gonna do is for these kind of blocks, I'm gonna have like a little manual that comes with them. So when you craft these guys, it will go ahead and show you the stuff that's going on here. And we have a new follower. Thank you very much, and for the raids. Pika Games, thank you so much for the raid, dude. It's very much appreciated. Welcome to the stream, and thank you very much, AKL Cool, or a cool, I guess. How it's pronounced, 84. Welcome to the Fox Millions as well. How you guys doing? We're doing some testing on modding right now, so not much gameplay, but yeah, we've got some. I have a multi-block structure thing that I've been working on, and it's actually working pretty cool. It's an auto crafting multi-block structure thingy that yeah, took me about a year to code. So oh my god, thank you guys so much for the follows. Pika Games 123, thank you for the follow, dude, and thank you also following Kello's Boa, thank you for the. Are you modding? Nice. Yes, we are modding. It is going pretty awesome. So yeah, we worked on that. We've also worked on razor wire as well. So steel barbed wire that you can kind of walk through, and it slows you down a little bit. I've got to go ahead and work on some of the slowdowns because we did have it working a lot better, and then it kind of didn't work that well again. But yeah, what you see right here is a multi-block. So if any of you guys have played Minecraft before, and maybe like mods like immersive engineering and things like that, you had to make big things to actually do a process. It's kind of what I would say. My favorite game. And cool says, hi bro, Maxbox, how you doing, dude? Welcome to the stream. And we also have Chariton Gomez says, "Wow, a year to code." Well, not just this, but I've been doing like coding on and off for this thing in particular. I did this in a couple of weeks. This one I did in a couple of weeks. I've written like a lot of my own scripts and stuff to do things like this. So yeah, this is like just one of the things. Another thing is I guess I can show you now. If you take these out, when you put logs into this thing, it auto crafts. So you put tree logs into there, and then it auto crafts that into a piece of charcoal and some ash. So you'll see it in just a sec. Once the timer heads out, you'll see that it automatically puts some charcoal, and then it takes another one, and it will go ahead and do the recipe. So as long as there's stuff in there, it auto crafts. So I've made some like auto crafting stations that are not available in vanilla as well. What's your mod? Is it available already? It is FennecMod, which is not currently available yet. However, I'm doing pre-alpha testing, so
if you do want to test the pre-alpha build of it and give it a go, then you can actually, if you join my Discord, you'll be able to go and just say, hey, I want to test it out, and go from there. So yeah, if you do want to test it out, let me know. And Sean says, nice. Yeah, it's actually worked pretty good. So yeah, this is one of the multi-block structures that are currently working in the game. But yeah, we're working on like razor wire kind of thing here as well, so I added that in. Made it so that traps that you can actually pick up now as well. So if you got like say like you're placing spikes, put them down, and then you go, ah crap, I didn't want to put that there. You can just pick it up again, and then you can move it to where you want to. That also includes POI spikes. So if you were to go to like, I don't know, let me find a POI somewhere. If you were to go to like a POI with some spikes and stuff around it, you can pick them up. So you can pick up spikes and move them around, so you can actually use more things in POIs now, to help you out. There's other things like powered workstations and stuff, so some workstations now require a power current to actually run. How you doing, Melza? I see you over there on the Twitch side. You guys are like, nice. Yep, it's pretty cool. So yeah, you can pick up spikes and stuff now. Yeah, lots of different things in particular. But yeah, because I had a version of Fennec out in Alpha 16, and then life got really in the way between Alpha 17 and 19, so I'm kind of just like trying to get everything restored for Alpha 19. But yeah, there's lots of multi-blocks that I've been working on. But yeah, there's I guess I can show you a couple if you guys want to see like what we've got so far. There's a ton. So you can't pick up the damaged one. No, you have to have it. That's just a vanilla mechanic. You have to have it repaired. So if you do damage it, then just repair it and then you can pick it up. Is kind of how it works. But yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, these are, if you guys can see, this is my DMT client right here. These are all the Fennec modlets that you can have. You can turn. I've made it so you can turn features on and off. So say if you don't like certain things, like say if you don't want to have to worry about different types of animal meat, for example, you can turn it off. If you find you get hungry too quickly, turn on slower metabolism. There's lots of things. There's even a pooping mod as well. So a mod that makes you need to go to the toilet every now and then. So yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. There's makes armor more realistic. Yeah, movable traps is the one you just saw there. There's ones that say like if you jump, you can't just die from jumping if you have a broken leg, because that's kind of silly. Gonna work on a sanity system at some point. There's this one, Better Javelin Master, which means you can, if you have like 5 spears in your backpack, you can auto pull another spear out of your backpack when you throw one. So there's a couple of cool things as well. Pooping mod, finally we get to poop. Indeed. There's lots of different lots of different ones. There's Corpse Harvest, which is allows you to harvest zombies for rotten meat, flesh, and at higher levels of a perk you can actually get more stuff. So, and it's based on the type of zombie as well. So like army zombies, for example, at higher tiers of the perk you'll get like guns and ammo off of them, and like the fat zombies you have a higher chance of good food, things like that. And lumberjacks obviously drop wood, maybe leather, and a couple of other things as well. So there's lots of different ones. Dynamic zombies as well. So every different type of zombie does different types of damage, health, and walks differently. So it's random. You'll see like if you saw like 5 putrid girls in a row, each of them would have different stats if you install all these 3 modlets as well. Says hope it works well now for 20, or we'll need to redo the mod again. Well, the main thing I'll probably need to do is these two, which is the core mod, which has all my scripts in it, and the hooks, because a lot of these ones here just rely on these two for the extra features. So I guess once I fix these up and then made sure that the XML hasn't changed too much underneath everything, I can pretty much say, okay, which bits work and which bits don't, and then I can be like, okay, so these bits don't work, fix those, and then I can release them. I can release model it by model again and go from there. Making use of the bed to sleep for a quick health or stamina regen purposes. I did want to add a sleeping type mod, but the thing is, on a single player it would work because you can you can sleep and pass time. But when it comes to servers, it's a little bit a little bit harder to implement something like that because then everyone has to sleep to advance time. Um, Unless you just want to like sit on the bed and slowly recover health and stamina, which is there going to be a health bar for the Zeds and the animals so you know how much health they have left? Not in this one, but you're more than welcome to add it manually because there's already a health bar mod available. So I've not coded this. I've made these to be like compatible with other modlets and mods. So for example, if you want just more foods and stuff, then just install additional foods with the core. Um, there's things like I've re-added the cans of water in as well because for some reason Fun Pimps removed that. There's different animals like a fox, a black bear, a wolf boss you can find around somewhere. I think only one person that's tested it has ever seen it so far, so they got very unlucky. But yeah, no health bar, but you're more than welcome to just add modlets in alongside it, and then kind of chop and change out how you want to play it. But there's also all these processing modlets as well, which contain many of the multi-block structures. So, for example, with the wood processing, when you chop down trees, you get logs that you then have to chop into wood until you get like a table saw, which is a powered workstation now, and that can then automate the chopping of logs for you and things like that. So there's a lot of things. If you like crafting style games, then these kind of processing modlets would probably be for you. They require you to make, in some cases, quite large machines to get processing done. So the biggest one is probably the oil processing one. That has four dedicated large machines like refineries, retorts, and stuff. There's a like a plastic melter and a scrap recycler, so you can actually turn scrap plastics and all that back into usable material to make stuff. Same with oil. So you can actually turn stuff into, you get oil shale, you process into crude oil first, and then you have a distillation column. You turn that into, then you have like it then, distills it into different types. So you've got gasoline, your polymer, and everything like that. So you can do that as well. So it's nice. I would like to try it. All right. Mel says there's lots of recycling. Yeah, a lot of stuff in this is pretty much about finding resources in the world, and it makes like the better tier resources valuable. So if you find like with the cloth processing one, for example, the scrap cloth that you just get normally isn't usable with much, so you can't make clothing and stuff out of it because it's just like bits of scraps. But if you find like a piece of woven cloth in loot, that's kind of valuable. You know what I mean? And and until you can craft your own, when you get the workstations together, it kind of adds more to loot. I also overhauled like the looting a little bit so that you don't have stone tools in working stiffs boxes, for example, because that's stupid. So yeah, lots of stuff in there. And Candace here says Mills, 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 Mills. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, sounds like real life processing. Yeah, in many ways it is. And yeah, you can build these big cool workstations. There's lots of stuff. There's more meds. There's improved electronics as well, which pretty much allows you to upgrade some of the vanilla electronics into more efficient versions that consume less power. So for example, like every relay you have consumes 1 watt of power, but you can actually go ahead and say, oh, I want to improve this relay, so you can actually make an improved version of it, which doesn't consume any power at all. So there's a couple of nice ones in here as well. So yeah, there's lots of different ones. There's also there's Master Builder, which is that's if you like building, you'll like that one because eventually you can get a nail gun that can upgrade in a 5 by 5 by 5 area. So if you got like a big 5 by 5 by 5 load of blocks, it can upgrade every single one in the area in one go. It's really good. So there's lots of stuff in there. That I tried to make, I guess, kind of unique from a lot of other things. There's a perk for collecting scrap stuff as well. So when you harvest like cobble pallets and all that, you always get a fixed number of stuff. But this one here is kind of like it's the same as it's kind of like the motherload perk, but for man-made stuff. So motherload is for natural things, and then scrap collector is for like the man-made things, so you can get more stuff out of there. And so yep, we do have bulk upgrade. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's one thing you can like. So you start with like a regular hammer, then when you get level 1 of the perk, you can upgrade it to a tier 2 hammer, which then can do it, which is then slightly faster. Then you can upgrade to a tier 3 hammer, which does a 3x3x3, and then you can upgrade to your tier 4 hammer, which is a 5x5x5. But the recipes to upgrade it get gradually more and more expensive. So yeah, it does take some work, but then you get to the good stuff. There's different types of arrows and bolts. So there's like corrosive arrows, electropulse ones, which is like it's kind of like a stun baton effect. So you shoot an arrow into a crowd of zombies and they all get zapped. So there's a couple of nice things for archers in here as well. Um, there is, yeah, increased zombies. Zombies are more sensitive. They can see you from further away, and there's more of them. So, like I said, you can enable or disable any of these that you like. So, yeah, there's actually quite a lot in here. Yeah, new looting as well. So, yeah, like I said, you don't find stone tools in loot anymore because that's just kind of stupid. So, I kind of overhauled that a little bit. And the one that I'm currently working on kind of behind the scenes is the I've got like an industrial one, which is it deals with how you process metals and all that kind of stuff. So you had to like melt the metals down, then you have to pour them into a cast, but then eventually you get like a workstation that can automatically do it for you, kind of thing. So you kind of work up from there. And says, "'Tis a fun mod." Yeah, it is fun. Oh yeah, we got chicken coops as well. That's one thing we added, and it's not just like an upgradable one. It's like an actual. You actually have to have chickens around it for it to work. So there's kind of a lot of nice things as well. Yeah, and then when A20 comes out and they finally finish their zombie models, I'll be revisiting these ones because back in A16 I had a ton of boss zombies that I want to re-add again, but I'm kind of holding off until the Fun Pimps sort their last models out, because once they've done that, then I can just be like, okay, all the models are done now. I can just take those models, retexture them how I want, and then get some boss zombies. Because yeah, we had quite a few good ones. Like I had like a they only spawn end game, but yeah, we had like a cult that could shoot rockets at you and things like that. So it was pretty cool. It's kind of like a less extreme version of Zombie Days bosses. They weren't quite as bad as the Zombie Days bosses, but yeah, there was some very interesting ones. Cantadia says, since FennecMod specializes in so many consumables, is there a special oven workbench a special oven workbench to lift up all that stuff? Well, we do have working ovens and stuff as well. There's the cooking stations mod covers that, so you have a working sink, working oven. There is like a coffee maker now. Well, a coffee and tea set we called it, so it could kind of cover both. Couple of things like that. I was gonna work on adding some more kind of processing to that, kind of like a lesser version of farm life, I would say. And Avigan says hashtag shooting range. Oh yeah, not the. I definitely gonna have to add one. Yeah, hell, wanted the shooting range rocket. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to add that at some point. But yeah, this is just like kind of a look at all the different mods that are available. I'm not going to load them all up together right now because there's probably just going to break because I'm kind of working on things like bit by bit. But yeah, there is a pre-alpha branch if you're interested. So yeah, just if you do want to have a go, just hop on my Discord and let me know that hey, I'm interested in the pre-alpha branch. I'll add your role in there, and then you can get a link to download it and give it a go. But yeah, I do need to push some updates out, including these new traps as well. So yeah, there's also we also have two new book sets as well, which allow you to craft like armor parts, gun parts, and all that stuff when you read a certain book. And after you get all of the books, you can actually craft tier 6 tools as well. So tier 6 is craftable too. Says a chef hat mod for a helmet and spatula to whack zombies with. Well, I do want to add some like fun things because because I was thinking there's plenty of things you could probably use as a melee weapon, like even a short iron pipe. You could probably use it as a melee weapon and just hit zombies with it. So I do want to have like eventually like a weapons of chance kind of thing to be added into this. So there's lots of stuff in there, lots of stuff planned. So yeah, Alien says, "Oh, by the way, folks, last night I was on the community server. I brought out a rocket launcher and fired a rocket and blew up the sleepers on top of the Dijon Tower. Nice. Oh, you mean like all the ones on the helipad? Just like yeah, they're just like hanging out there. Then Unforgiven just comes along. I remember I landed the bloody military helicopter up there, and then I was immediately mobbed. It was great. Katia says a chef hat when worn gives a special buff when cooking. I could do that, yeah, or could make it so you cook like, or it costs like less ingredients to use, or you cook faster and stuff like that. There's definitely something I can do with that. What I want to do is make it so I guess the chef's hat I could just use like the skull cap for it because I did want to make a book series based on cooking because there isn't one for that yet. Um, so I definitely wanted to do something like that. Like maybe one of the books would be like you use less meat in recipes. One of them would be like you get like one extra harvest from crops or something like that. Things like that. I wanted to add a Master Chef book series or something like that because it would be cool because currently cooking doesn't have its own book series like everything else does. Like there's stuff all the weapons. There's stuff for being sneaky. There's athletics has its own like book series. All the weapons have their own. Well, apart from knives, but yeah, there's cooking and stuff doesn't have anything like that. You've even got like the tech junkie one for crafting. So yeah, would kind of be cool if I actually think that'd be pretty cool to have like some crafting book sets as well. And yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. And PJ says this is nice. Yeah, I'll try to make some cool stuff. So yeah, we're definitely getting there slowly but surely. Avgrim says, I was at the base. I said shooting range. Next thing you know, you get 30k XP. This says that might be a good idea. A chef's hat that gives the food a buff. Yeah, that could be pretty cool. Yeah, so you get like because it'd be nice if you could like, or maybe by wearing the chef's hat, it unlocks certain recipes that you wouldn't get if you didn't have the chef's hat on. I'm not sure because I did want to add the class system back because the old version of FennecMod had like a kind of like a class system but different. Like it didn't make you pick one class and stick with that. It was like you got like there were 20 possible things you could have to start, and you would pick three of them, and then you would get buffs and debuffs based on what you picked. So, for example, if you picked like the athletics class or the like they're pretty much like traits. You have like you pick three traits, and that kind of determined like how your character's starting skills, I guess. And I do want to add that back again because that was really fun. Um, an army runs on its stomach. So, logic would dictate that lone survivor would survive the zombie apocalypse on a happy full belly. Indeed. That'd be awesome. I believe they're adding something like that in 20. Okay, that'd be pretty cool. Joel does say there's going to be more book sets in the future. No, he said that in Alpha 19. He said that in an Alpha 19 dev stream. Yeah, so there might be some more. But yeah, I think we definitely need some for like crafting in general. So that'd be nice to have like a book set that says, oh, craft building materials slightly faster. So, because things like concrete mixing is so bloody slow, right? So wouldn't it be nice if there was like, oh, craft concrete 25% faster when you read this book? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But then it makes it that you had to work for it. I mean, you had to loot and work for it. But then when you like discover the secret to crafting concrete, it's a lot easier to craft. It's faster and maybe costs a little bit less as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of nice things I was thinking we could do, for things like that. And then same with like, forging, maybe consume slightly less metal when forging and stuff like that could be pretty good as well. So yeah, lots of things as well. You could do like what Kane did with Darkness Falls, skills linked to your progression skills. Yeah, action skills, right? Yeah, I was thinking of having some kind of action skills, but yeah, like back in Alpha 60, the traits worked with the action skills as well. So by investing in certain things, you actually leveled up in certain action skills faster. So if you would like the miner class, for example, your mining tools action skill would raise 10% faster than every other class. And if you like the athlete one, your athletics action skill would raise 10% faster and things like that. There were like a couple of little changes in there that kind of made their skills worth it. So any of the gun classes would make that particular gun skill go 10% faster and things like that. So there were some things you could do with that, but I wanted to try and do both, like traits and action skills, because I think it'd be better. Because then you kind of pick your character's starting traits, which kind of defines a set of strengths and weaknesses from the beginning. So then you can have a character for so say, and then you can kind of just play in your own style. So say if you have a character say if you really like knives, you could make a character that specializes in knives, sneaking, and athletics. So then they would be really, really good at that, but then maybe not so good at some other things, like using heavier blunt weapons and sledgehammers, for example. Um, or they might get hungrier faster because athletes have higher metabolism, things like that. Says and A cool says, "Good night, bro. Good night, dude. Thank you very much for coming along, by the way, and hopefully we'll see you in another one." I'll be doing some gameplay. Hopefully, if I can get everything rendered out tonight, because I'm gonna end off the stream soon, because I got to go and edit like 9 more videos and start rendering. But yeah, hopefully, if everything goes well, then I should be back tomorrow with some ATS. But yeah, I'll let you know on that, Unforgiven, because it will be in the evening. So yeah, it'll be a little bit later than this time tomorrow now. So yeah, I will let you guys know. But yeah, that's kind of just a few things of what I'm trying to do. But yeah, says P Game says, yeah, balance, exactly. Yeah, trying to make things balanced and stuff. It's gonna be just slightly nicer to have it that way. I do have to try and make some of my new auto crafters work with perks as well, though. So that's something I do wanna have a look into. Because yeah, that's it's currently something I have to look at, because yeah, right now, like the crafting stations that I have don't work with they don't work with certain things. So like if you like have faster crafting speeds or something, and my auto crafters don't work with that currently, so I've got to try and find a way to hook that into player perks or something. I could make it just so you could just improve the crafting station that speeds it up or something. Might be easier. I'll have to look around that as well. Around 9:15 your time works for me. All right, yeah. Hopefully everything will be rendered out by then, and I'll have some stuff uploaded as well. Moods, emotions, and attitude. More detailed and realistic injuries hopefully can be a thing someday. Well, yeah, we got those, like you do have in Fennec now. You do have things like animal bites that you have to treat. Otherwise, that can actually turn into rabies and kill you. So yeah, you got things like that. Wild animals and all that stuff. It's a thing. You also have like snake poisoning as well. So if you get bitten by a snake, you have like a poison effect that will slowly sap your max health, but you can kind of wear it out over time. But then if you get bitten by a lot of snakes in succession, the poison effect gets a lot worse as well. So there's things like that as well that you have to kind of be careful about. Unforgiven says, I have weather modeler that changes the weather and how you wear clothing in different biomes. Yeah, oh yeah, you've got like, yeah, so like deserts are actually a lot hotter now, and the snow biome is like super cold and things like that. So yeah, you have to keep several clothes sets on you to work. Um, but yeah, I think I will be actually including the super darkness modeler in FennecMod as well, because that's one thing I do want to have is yeah, darker nights. I think it's going to be quite cool. Because yeah, that's gonna be fun. Um, let's see, Sarah. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I want to add. And I'm slowly but surely working on it. But yeah, this stream is kind of just to let you know that I'm still working on it bit by bit, and I kind of wanted to add a little bit with you guys. So yeah, we got. So I hope you guys enjoy the updates. I'll release that on the pre-alpha branch sooner or later. I'm not sure exactly when. I'm gonna try and finish off the industrial mod soon, but I think I have like 2 more multi-blocks I had to add first, and then it should be ready once I got the recipes balanced, and the integration done, because I had to integrate the industrial mod with like every other mod in the set as well, which is going to be probably the longest process, because the industrial mod, because it uses metals and most things in 7 days are crafted with metal ingredients. It's probably going to take a while, but it's okay. It's fine. It's all good. Let's see. So, dry heat and humid heat are very different. Says Canavia. And Abel says, well, thank you, Max. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Algin says, are you planning to do something with the weather like what I've done? I'm not sure. I'll see what they do in A20, because they did say they were going to overhaul the weather in A20. So I guess I'll wait and see what they do with it first before I tweak it. Because yeah, that's because the thing is now, like where we're so close to A20, there's things I'm not really touching yet until that's released. Because otherwise, I'll probably make a change, and then it will go ahead and be like, yeah, it's now completely different, and the changes you made are now overrode by these changes, and yeah. So I want to go ahead and make sure that A20 is released first before I start adding some new stuff. And Melza says, "Bye, chatterers, stay safe." Bye, Melza. And Dave said, "Cheers, bro. You're welcome, Dave." All right, then, guys. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end off here and get some more editing done, and then hopefully get these Zombie Days and Age of Oblivion videos out for you guys. So yeah, Zombie Days will be coming out at the same time, like midnight UK time, Monday to Friday, and then I'll probably have the Age of Oblivion ones coming out at midday, so there'll be like a 12 hours in between videos kind of thing from Monday to Friday. So probably have those coming out around those times, and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. And I think though, considering I'm on the Twitch side, considering I'm on Twitch a lot earlier today, before I do that, it's a bit one I can just send a raid to. Let me see. Twitch. Hang on. I really need to make a shortcut for Twitch TV Max Fox. Okay, let me see if any of my followers are streaming here, because if they are, here we go. We got hang on, let me. I wish Twitch like didn't do this. Make it smaller. We got Damn Straight. Damn Straight's only got two. Why don't we go ahead and grab this one? So copy this guy. And let's go and send a raid to Damn Straight, shall we? Because that sounds like an idea. And Melda says, "Thank you, Max, over on the Twitchy side." No worries, Melda. Right, so let's go and give a raid to Damn Straight, shall we? And we'll send the love his way. So raid Damn Straight, and hopefully I did that right. Yes, this channel is intended for mature audiences. Haha. Alrighty then, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So, guys, until then, bye.